bunch of bad apples in here doing bad shit.
Oh man.
HyDra and Sid, bro. Like,
All right, have a good day.
That would be Toronto first up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What a
Pressure's
story.
on.
The winners.
Yeah, what a story,
The
what a
champs.
moment. We're going to make it spicy. We're going to send OpTic Chicago into the other group.
Ooh.
Pretty spicy.
We just wanted to send the Chicago boys in against Atlanta, you know, get the league. Everyone wants that match, you know. Everyone wants the Atlanta-Chicago match.
Sure, dude.
So we're making it spicy.
It was a good one last time.
Gonna get another
Okay.
comms vid.
Fair enough, man. You know, Toronto's a great team, bro. If they want to send us over, you know, they might be a little scared, but it's all good.
Yeah, I'm very shook.
All right, so then we'll send the Dallas Empire into Group A.
That's pretty spicy.
They match up really well against us right now, and when we're not playing on form, they're one of the scariest teams in the league.
They just don't like us shooting their bodies. I think that's what it is at this point.
We'll be sending Minnesota to Group A.
Oh man, I want to play you guys again, Troy.
Don't worry, we'll be at the major. And Minnesota just has our number, so we sent them over to get away from us.
Am I scared of you, Brian?
It's Brian I'm scared of, no one else, dude.
I'm not gonna send LA Thieves over. They had a really good losers run, and they have they're in that nice little honeymoon phase right now with some new guys coming around the block. And typically that's scary combinations for a few weeks, so we're not about it.
The honeymoon phase is crazy.
That's all it is, bro.
That's what I'm going
I mean, it's
for.
not me, dude, you know?
I'm trying to get a honeymoon phase.
I understand the word, that's all it is.
Minnesota had one.
It was
Thieves
applied.
had
Bro.
one. I'm trying to have one.
I mean, shit, y'all had one last year, bro.
Nah, I want another one.
I want another one.
Oh man, this is when it starts getting weird. We'll send New York over. New York looked really good stage 1. They didn't show their true form in stage 2, I felt like, and then, you know, a lot of the other teams are kind of going through some switch-ups, so I felt like New York was a pretty, you know, safe pick since you can kind of gauge them the best.
No comment.
That's all you got.
Interesting.
I'll go with Florida to the other group. At this point, just kind of, you know, a lot of teams are switching up rosters here. Florida bench slack, don't know what they're gonna look like, and like they've been pretty good in the past, so don't know what their potential is gonna be. Maybe they also get their honeymoon phase, so have to get them out of there.
I hope so.
Alright, my turn. We'll send Paris to the other group. We have a lot of respect for this Paris team. We feel that they're like a strong underdog contender. Yuli's one of the better main ARs in the league, and you know, despite whatever roster changes may come, I feel like this is always going to be a scary team to play against. They have a good balance of veteranship, leadership, and they could go off at any time. So I don't want to play against those guys anytime soon.
Thank you, Caster Revan.
Once again, a map with so many clips I wanted to highlight for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he was the best in the biz. He's not wrong.
We'll send Seattle the other side. Can't beat those guys. No matter how good our practice has looked, you know, leading into our matches, we just can't clutch up versus those guys. I don't know what it is. We have negative ice. So I don't even want to take the chance on playing those guys again. And honestly, our options are really limited. So Seattle it is.
Yeah, I mean, we beat them in the groups, and then we obviously eliminated them from the major, getting our stage 1 revenge. So it's a smart play. I respect it.
What teams are left?
London, LAG.
Send London to other. Dan, dude, that's really fun. Getting my pick in here. You know, Sean's just a little too much, man. I don't want to go against him.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it.
I'll take the compliment right now at the moment.
Yeah, then I'm gonna guess you're gonna pick LAG, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, am I in FaZe group again?
Yep.
I am.
Nah.
No, let's go. First time.
Oh
dude.
my god, finally get my hands on Fargo.
I'm gonna beat the
Ah, dude, that's awful.
So
I had no choice but to pick LAG, sadly. Cellium mate, sad.
Pain. You know what? You get the major. You don't get a pick, but that's all right. You know, at least I got I got a different pool this time. Got some different people to play. You know, excited to compete. I'm gonna shit on everybody that didn't pick us, by the way.
Stage 3 starts with the London home series, and that, my friends, is a look at Parliament as the sun starts to set across the pond. Welcome into our CDL HQ presented by USAA. This has been a wild season, and the excitement continues as today marks the beginning of a new era for Warzone, one that blasts players back to 1984, and apparently us too, to experience Verdansk. I'm actually here with my COD squad right now. We're styling some 80s gear as we celebrate Verdansk today by throwing back to 1984. Well, I'll tell you what, we do know for a fact that teams can be taken down in this competition, because I mean, who expected Ultra to come out of the losers bracket and beat FaZe to win the second major of the season? I certainly didn't, neither did my bracket. But we need to talk about what we're seeing, so let's bring you guys up to speed. We've had a bit of a roster mania as of recent, heading into Stage 3. Lots of team changes, lots of moves, bringing some back, changing throughout the entire season, actually, to be honest. Literally bringing players from different teams over as well to see how they test the waters of this squad. But you know what? I need to talk to the gents about what we're seeing in our groups A and B, because we have, of course, had our group selection show. We have seen where our teams have ended up. We have seen who potentially is going to come up against one another in Group Alpha and Group Bravo, and I need to see what my two bros on the desk are also wearing today to celebrate 1984. So let's take a quick peek at these guys as well. I love to see the gear that you guys are wearing today, looking absolutely fantastic. I love the old school Activision logo below us as well. I think it's very fitting. But as well as your outfits I love to see, I want to talk about moves with Roster Mania that we love to see. Nameless, I'll start with you. What's really caught your attention?
Yeah, there's a lot of moves to like here, but I like the Havoc onto Florida. Now, it was the easiest change for them to make. I don't think Slacked was just completely underperforming, but they're looking for a dynamic shift on this team. Obviously, they're waiting for Skies and Awakening to find that consistency, because when they're both on form, they absolutely dominate teams. They have a few championships with Havoc, and what he brings to a roster is he's extremely vocal. He's quick to make his decisions on the map, and I think that's something that they're lacking right now. So maybe he comes in and helps out that element of the team. And then also in the Search and Destroy, when you bring in Havoc, he's a search and destroy specialist. Last year, he had a couple crazy plays, huge clutches, and coming onto this team, that should be where they find the immediate improvement going forward. So I'm excited for this roster. I think they're a ticking time bomb. They're ready to just go off.
Yeah, and mine's not really a roster change. Mine is actually going to be a group change. It's going to be OpTic going over to that Group B. And Group B from top to bottom is stacked, but what I'm most excited about is that rematch between OpTic and Atlanta FaZe. The first time that these guys met up was during Stage 1. Atlanta FaZe walked away 3-2 in that one, but it's Stage 3, man. These guys have been playing together for a long time now, and hopefully it's going to be a banger match, like Lolly loves to say.
I do love to say it, Jay. You know me too well. But hey, look, they're all bangers here, the Call of Duty League. Now, if you guys had the decision-making power, which team would you grab and change up if you could? Nameless, I'll start with you.
Without question, I would go with LAG. I think the Guerrillas, they had a fantastic talent in Vivid being on this team. I would have built around him. They have a different approach to the game. These players and their coaching staff believe like way more discipline. They sort of go against the grain than the mode of like a FaZe, or you look at, you know, when Minnesota brought in Standy. Like this team just wants to play a little bit more discipline at a slower pace, and they thought Vivid was a little bit too fast at times. I mean, statistically, he is like the fastest player in the league, so they thought that he was on a different page. They put him on the bench, but if I was in charge there, I'd be building around him. I'd be bringing in an up-and-coming amateur player from Challengers who can play at that pace, put him on that team with Vivid, and see what they can do going forward. But they go the opposite route, and I disagree with it.
Yeah, and for me, I'm going to go London. London so far, they started off Stage 1 not getting a single win. They bring in Paul X. They get a couple wins underneath their belt. They go into the Major 2 and take a nice early exit there. And then they drop Dylan and pick up Zaptius. And I feel like it's going to be great for this team, but now who is the guy that we look at for this team to really step up with? Dylan was that guy that can go off at any moment, but now that he's not there, who's the main guy that they're going to be looking at? For
yeah, and you look at these statistics, right? It's like, is Zap the answer to turn this fully around?
Yeah.
It probably needed to be like a multiplayer change on this team, but you know, also with Dylan, like he has the highest ceiling of any of the players on the team. I think you keep him and you just work with him and wait for him to get to where he can potentially be at, and maybe give him another duo to work around the map with. So yeah, it's a tough change for them, but I guess something had to be done. And once again, it's like LAG, they just weren't on the same page as Dylan, so they decided to put him on the bench.
Very true. Look, we'll see if it works out for them later on. But I tell you what, we may be throwing it back to 1984 here, but the US Army has you guys throwing it forward to the schedule. But what you're going to be seeing across the first week of Stage 3. So, today, we're bringing you Empire versus Legion, Ultra versus Mutineers. Tomorrow, we got bangers again with Thieves versus Surge, Ravens versus OpTic. And then, heading into the weekend, strap in, guys, clear the schedules. We've got 3 games apiece heading into Saturday and Sunday. Some absolutely incredible matchups there. We're really starting to see the first week take place here, see what teams are really made of and whether or not these changes are really going to pull it off for some of these guys, because look, we're halfway through the season now. Things have to be done. Get your points on the board and secure some winnings there. But I tell you what, hot off the bench of the LA Thieves and straight to a warm seat of Legion, what kind of effect do you think bringing Temp onto this Paris team is going to have for them, Nameless?
I think it's going to be great. I think it's proven that Temp and Slasher, they just can't compete with each other. Obviously, that team didn't work out for them. Temp finds himself in a weird spot where he enters Challengers. I think he learned a lot from being in Challengers. It's going to change his game entirely. And coming onto this roster, it's great. Fire was underperforming. I just think he wasn't quite ready for the pro-level gameplay yet. And Temp coming in brings a lot of firepower, especially in the respawns. I think hardpoint and control, they can be fantastic at it. You have Scraps in a more comfortable role. All these players, they have the ability to slay, right? They just know how to farm. They know how to get it done. But the big question for me for this team will be the search and destroy. They've been underperforming with their last team in there, and bringing in Temp, I mean, he's not some crazy search and destroy all-star, so I look at this list of players and I wonder, who is the playmaker on the map? Like, when things start to go bad, when it gets late in the map, who is going to push up and get that first blood or make that quick call? We'll figure out, man, but it doesn't look too hot for them in search and destroy as it stands.
Yeah, and for me, Paris Legion, I feel like with the addition of Temp, they're definitely going to be able to improve across all game modes. But specifically, I'm looking at a player like Scraps. He's getting back to that flex role where he was really comfortable sitting side by side with Aqua. Both of these guys throughout Stage 2 were both overall top 6 KDs in control. And then he decided to switch that out to get Fire to be a little bit more comfortable. But obviously, it did not work out for them at the major with that early exit as well. But Temp, he's going to be great in the slaying department. It's just going to be a lot more comforting for Scraps in that flex role, sitting right next to Aqua.
Absolutely. Hey, look, we're going to see exactly how things shift, how things are working out for players very shortly. But one last question for you guys. After Ultra proved that they can pretty much take down anyone, including FaZe, what's your message to the league as Stage 3 starts, Ant?
Yeah, I mean, Toronto, they played some great Call of Duty. They beat Minnesota, Dallas, and they also beat FaZe, right? They took out some of the giants here in the CDL, and for them, Toronto's here to stay. They might not be as dominant as they were during the major, but I think they'll be a perennial contender. Every single player figured it out. Kleenex, he's sort of bolstered into that superstar role. I mean, in controls, he was electric, frying, picking up 6-7 pieces against the best team in the game. Like, this guy was going off, and then Insight in the search and destroys those first bloods. He did exactly what you need him to do, right? Band stepped up to another level, and then Cammy's been the consistent force in this roster for the last few weeks. So they expanded their map pool, they got good at control, they got great at search and destroy, and their hardpoint looked great as well. So they're just solid across all the modes, man. You can't doubt these guys anymore.
Yeah, and my message for the week is just work hard and block out the noise, man. And a perfect example has to be Bance last week during that major. The guy was on the verge of just being eliminated from his team throughout that major, but then he comes out on top, and he was the player of the stage throughout all of Major 2. That was the best I've ever seen the guy play. He was just able to just block out everything, just focus on what his teammates wanted him to do. He was asking him all these questions on how to get better, and he executed perfectly, man. Hats off to him, and that's got to be my message for sure.
Love it. Doubt is out, block out the noise, love it as per usual, gents. But here we go, folks, because the first match of the day is underway, and it's going to be hella gnarly as Legion tries to take down Empire with a bodacious new team look. Miles and Chance will be with you for the ride, and you'll see them right after the break. Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance, auto, renters and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Call of Duty League, mates. It's time for the London home series to truly get underway, and I am truly excited. However, slightly disappointed that we can't all be doing this in person. It would be a bloody treat, but nonetheless, we're making do with what we've got. Paris Legion going up against Dallas Empire to start today's games off, and it will surely be a fun one. Before we get there, though, let's take a very quick look at the CDL Points presented by Game Fuel. A quick look after the update there at the end of Major 2, of course. A lot has changed. Some things not so different, though. Chance Atlanta FaZe still truly top perched. The CDL Points there, they just seem to be cut above the rest. They did lose that last major, of course, after all, but nonetheless, still a formidable squad. Quick look at the pricing structure. This is the way this major will look cash-wise. 1.2 milli all over. That's a lot of money to be given away playing Call of Duty. All this, of course, going per teams. 7th and 8th, they're going to be getting 25k each. And again, if you fall outside of that, you get nothing. Welcome, friends. We're finally here. We may be coming at you live from Verdansk, but that doesn't mean it's not the London Royal Ravens home series. And oh boy, Chance, not only do you look fantastic. Can I get a flick of the mullet? Can I get a flick? Can we get a flick for the fans? Just a little flick?
I have no idea how to flick a mullet. No, you're not getting that. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll work on that one, but I'm sure at some point Chance's mullet will be flicked today. But we're very excited to get into today's games. Brother man, we've got ourselves Dallas. We've got ourselves a top team going up against this new look Paris. How you feeling?
Either fabulous or ready to party. I'm honestly not quite sure. Brand new experience for me, but we do have a very interesting day on our hands, really just to kick off stage 3. A lot of things are going on, Miles, including just ridiculousness to start off this London home series, but it's exciting, man. The 2 matches we have today, 2 squads that have brand new players, and well, I don't know, we've seen, what, 3 or 4 honeymoon periods already so far this year. Get to see if there's any more.
Bro, you look so good. I cannot.
I do not. Don't guess.
Put it into words. I'm so happy. Right, let's do this. You know them. You love them. They came in second in the first major. They got top 4 in the last one. Let's see how far they can go this stage. Dallas Empire. Dallas Empire have smashed the gates open. Oh no. Who is in you, mate? Oh, it's a shot punch. Oh no! Once again, they saved the day. Well, Chancellor, we have the Dallas Empire, of course, the 2020 World Champs. They do come into this one, maybe not necessarily, they're not an underdog yet, but they're not having the same success we would expect of a squad of this caliber. Is that fair to say?
I mean, yes and no. Honestly, they're kind of having a similar year to what we had last year from them, right? It was a bit of a slow start. Once they started to work out some of their kinks in their team, well, they ended up world champs, and they've been towards the top of their game. And I think everyone that is looking at this squad basically is the same thing, right? They have not hit that final form, but at least for me, it almost seems like an inevitability that they're eventually going to get there. Maybe stage 3 is where they really start to kick things up. But if the worst thing you can say about a team is they're top 3 and they don't look as good as they can, well, that is a wonderful spot to be in.
Yeah, it's not a bad compliment to lay upon a squad, but again, it's going to be a tough one for them. We talk about honeymoon periods. We've seen plenty of changes go throughout the CDL so far. Some of them have been very impactful indeed when you look back just to that last major. But now their opponents, Paris Legion, a new look for the squad. We bid adieu to fire. We bring Temp into the lineup. Let's meet the team.
Wonderful start here from Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Just can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
Awkward from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round!
Paris Legion, again, transformed after a big team change. We welcome Temp to the roster for now, joining Scraps, Classic, and Aqua. And Chance, for this roster, I mean, we saw Fire, like, he was struggling. He was not really looking fit, you know, for the team. Not necessarily like a bad player in general, but, like, just did not seem to work out, man. How do you think Temp's going to fare here?
Well, I think this is probably one of the more pure, like, 1v1 trades we kind of have throughout the league, or 1-4-1 trades, I should say. Fire looks strong with the AR in hands, and not the same thing could be said for the SMG, so I think it's an opportunity for Temp to just be at his purest form, be that main slayer, be that superstar that he can be with the SMG in hands, and really just start to pop off, right? Like Nameless is saying, Temp, he's had a couple opportunities to make things work with Slasher, hasn't been the case, but Temp has been on other rosters where he has looked like one of the best players in the game. I think this is a roster to sort of give him the opportunity, and of course, for your gameful keys to victory, he needs to be that star. At Paris, they have been a threat, but overall, they have not been the strongest team, so Temp really has to be that guy for the squad, at least in the respawns, right? You got Aqua in the searches, Scrap's gonna be ever-present through and through. You know what you get out of Nicky D, but Temp, a lot of pressure is gonna be on him, and more importantly, if you're going against the Dallas Empire, momentum is going to be everything. They need to get off to a strong start and try to capitalize on the hard points where Dallas has been struggling as of late.
There you go, essential. Get that momentum right off the rip for Paris Legion. There we see Scraps getting vibey. Now, Chance, let's talk about those game fuel keys to victory for the Dallas Empire. What do they got to do to stay on top?
Well, that happy balance across game modes, right? We saw these guys in stage 1. The respawns were nice and clean. The S&D a little bit lax. Of course, they had some strong competition. Then you go into stage 2 and basically flip the script, right? Their S&D, they started to clean up. They started to look fantastic, but then their hard point was really taking a hit. Got to find that happy balance. Got to make sure that you're clean across all game modes. And, well, for the second point, this is a long-term thing for me for this Dallas Empire squad. And mainly, you're going to be doing this in scrims, but I really think the map pool needs to be extended, because if you look at some of their matchups against some of the top teams, FaZe especially, if you have an auto veto like the Apocalypse and the Hardpoint, if you have one map that you are dominant on in control and teams can just say, hey, we just have to ban this against you and we're good to go, I don't think that is the best thing to have long term. So I think Dallas, there's a few key maps that they need to work in the mix or try to make sure they're a little bit more dominant on, and they will be good to go. But of course, for the maps we have this series, you don't really need to extend the map pool. If you're getting all of your best maps, this is almost the best case scenario right now for the Dallas Empire. They are 4-0 on Checkmate Control. They're 4-1 on Miami S&D. They love it. It is really just through and through all of the best maps for Dallas they get in this series alone.
Yep, no mercy. Right out the gates here in Stage 3. They're not looking to drop a map. They're not looking to drop a series. Again, looking towards that end goal, that maximum points accumulated throughout the entire series, and that's what Dallas are going for right now. Making this as hard as possible, I think, Chance, for the Paris Legion. But hey, let's see how it goes. Again, it's a new look for Paris. For all we know, Garrison Express and Checkmate could be 3 of the finest maps we see them play today. Miami, of course, that last game. We're excited to see if we do have to go all the way to a Game 5 for that Search and Destroy. But Chance, I mean, outside of what the final of Major 2, like, I think we've had, what, 4 3-0s in a row, so who knows if that one's coming back to us. Quick look now at the Quick Scope, brought to you by Scump, and it is a very, very one-sided affair. Dallas Empire, as you would expect, well and truly atop the board there when it comes to hardpoint, S&D control, wins and losses. And for Paris, though, I mean, we're clawing this one right back. You can see strength there in the hardpoints, but Chance, again, it's the Search and Destroy. It's been a little bit hit and miss for both teams. You think Paris have got a chance to steal it today?
I think they do, right? Temp just being that unknown factor, you don't know what to expect. Even if the 5-10 record in Surge doesn't look great for Paris, they do have a ton of close games, a bunch of round 10s, a bunch of round 11s, so it really just is sort of a, like, what are you gonna get out of the new man? How does Temp integrate to the squad? And it is worth mentioning for the records of the Dallas Empire, the hardpoint may look great, but they're 1-4 in their past hardpoint games, and the Search and Destroy might look like an average record, but they're 4-1 in their past 5. So again, it's sort of like hit or miss which game mode that Dallas is gonna thrive in, but it's a new stage. If they can just bring it all together, that's when they go from being, what, a top 3 team to the team that is actually winning these events.
Well, we'll see how it goes. We've had a slight connectivity issue with the players getting into the lobby, so we're going to throw to a very, very quick commercial break, friends, and when we come back, it's time to get the first match of the day underway. It's Paris going up against Dallas. It's going to be an absolute banger. You don't want to miss it. He has to stay alive. Kenny falls. It's all on a Drazah. Can he hold the line? The answer is no.
Go, boys.
They're spending all this time trying to hunt down TJ instead of going to the actual hill. There's nowhere for them to go. A devastating 3-0. Paris gets smoked.
Oh my god. Holy yeah. Baby.
Just come down to Scump. Somebody has to make the play. Time's starting to dwindle. There goes Scump as well. And it will be the Ultra.
Oh, great, boys. What are you talking about, baby?
Does get the angle.
Mom is planted for him.
Must play in first position. Cannot win the 1v1.
Go,
oh my
god, boys. Let's go.
Can they do it here? Can they close this out? They're going to locate Clayster on the 8th Street. Last player is going to be Diamond Con. Trying to do everything that he can, but the Thieves are going to 3-0 New York.
Hey, baby. Oh my god.
Røkkr knew they were playing 2A. They just wanted to take it, and there's a
Oh no, Priestahh!
No! Oh no, teammates!
There's the first. The trade is there though. Crim back alley does it. An Empire. They take it. 6-5.
Nice. Good job, dude. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Good job,
bro.
Scump is just holding. Scump is just holding. Wins the fight. Accuracy, though, they line up. They line up for accuracy, and he wins it. Are you kidding?
Let's go!
Oh my
god! Oh my god, bro! What the
Oh my god!
Go!
Take the one fight this third. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. My stomach hurts. He's aBeZy though, looking for the intro, and he goes as fast as he can. Can't find the kill. Insight still alive.
It's 10 seconds for the win now. It's just it. Ultra holding it down. They've got 5 seconds for the win. Simp's going to contest. He's going to get cut to pieces. And what do you know? The greatest underdog going into the tournament. They take the best team in the league the whole way, and they get the job done. Not only do they do it on a respawn, they truly are Ultra as Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. The London Royal Ravens home series still rocking and rolling. We yet to really get things aflight yet, but we're still here, baby. Paris Legion, Dallas Empire, we've reset some things. There's still some player connectivity issues. We wait to get everyone back in, but we're going to chill with us for a while. Chance, you brought it up in the break to me. You said it's quite hard to wear a mullet, even though that is your real hair today only. While wearing headphones, how does the doc do it? We may never know. But let's talk about Paris Legion, bro. Let's talk about Temp. Again, a dedicated player that we've seen come into the scene. You know, he's a beast, man. Donnie Temp's a beast. We saw him find success. You know, last year, this year's he's been all over the place so far, right? I mean, quite literally, he's hit a couple of teams up. God knows, this could be, you know, another stepping stone for another squad he may wind up on later on in the season, Chance. But tell me about this role that Temp's going to be playing here on Paris Legion, and give me your high-level thoughts on that one while we get into this game.
I mean, it's not even high level. Honestly, from my side, it is very low level of like this team lacked one thing, and it was slaying power from the SMGs, right? Any like positive takeaways we have from Paris Legion, it's what? Aqua at times is looking like one of the best Crimsix players in the game. Even Scraps occasionally would pop off and have great games, but I think really, especially when that patch came through, it was just simply they did not have enough slaying power from the SMG role. That is something Temp has been able to deliver at times. Black Ops 4 especially stands out of my mind where he was looking like one of the better players in the game. That is the Temp we're gonna need to see, right? Like the young god, the superstar, young Kyrie, whatever the nickname is gonna be, he needs to fulfill that role if Paris is gonna have any hope, because keep in mind, it is a dog race right now to try to get in the top 8 in CDL points, and that is like the cutoff line for champs, right? Anyone in the top 8, you get to play at the big tournament. If you're in the bottom 4, you just get axed off, and you got to mind the gap, right, for the London home series. It is what, a 40-point difference between the team in 7th and the team in 8th, and then between the teams at 8th and the team in 12th, it's another 40-point difference. So it is an incredibly tight race. Paris is neck and neck with all of the other teams down low. there's not a lot of like time left to sort of set yourself apart. So they got to get the ball rolling quick. And obviously for Dallas Empire, it is the best team you could possibly get for your round 1 matchup in the groups that they have to get the ball rolling and to see how they stack up against the best teams in the world.
At some point, it's going to become nearly impossible for these teams to make it to champs. Again, top 8 is the only teams that make it. But I'm glad you brought up next, Chance, because I'm thinking about your neck being covered by that majestic mullet. And I'm not the only one who seems to be loving the mullet on you right now, brother, because the social soundboard powered by Astro, Paris Legion, is coming at you with the love. The mullet is fire, with some laughing emojis as well, and I'm telling you, man, it's a strong look right now. I've seen a lot of stuff on socials recently, especially in Australia, man. There is a lot of love for the mullet right now. Chance, give us a flick. Just give us a little shake left to right if you can. Give us just one of these little left and rights. He's not doing it.
No, I'm not going to do it. You can egg me on all you want. I don't know what flicking a mullet means. It's not going to happen. And I think in this moment, like, I don't know what the word for preemptive regret is, but I already hate it and hate everything about it. I do not know how Dr. Disrespect does it. The fact that he does it for what, 5, 6, 7 hours every single day with the shades on, incredibly impressive stuff. He is a better man than I, but at this point, I just want the servers to not be based out of 1984. I want the modern day good stuff. Give me that fiber internet and make something happen. That's what I want.
Well, the players are still dealing with a bit of an issue. We're going to throw to another commercial break, ladies and we'll be back here in Verdansk in 1984 for more Call of Duty League action. Be right back after this.
Bunch of bad apples in here doing bad shit.
Oh man.
HyDra and Sid, bro. Like,
all right, have a good day.
I've seen HyDra,
That would be Toronto, first up.
Ooh. Yeah.
What a
pressure's
story.
on.
The winners.
Yeah, what a story,
The
what a
champs.
moment. We're going to make it spicy. We're going to send OpTic Chicago into the other group.
Pretty spicy.
We just wanted to send the Chicago boys in against Atlanta, you know, get the league. Everyone wants that match, you know. Everyone wants the Atlanta-Chicago match.
Sure,
we're making it spicy. you know?
It was a good one last time.
Gonna get another comms vid.
Fair enough, man. You know, Toronto's a great team, bro. If they want to send us over, you know, they might be a little scared, but it's all good.
Yeah, I'm very shook.
All right, so then we'll send the Dallas Empire into Group A.
That's pretty spicy.
They match up really well against us right now, and when we're not playing on form, they're one of the scariest teams in the league.
They just don't like us shooting their bodies. I think that's what it is at this point.
We'll be sending Minnesota to Group A.
Oh man, I want to play you guys again, Troy.
Don't worry, we'll be at the major. Yeah, Minnesota just has our number, so we sent them over to get away from us.
Am I scared of you, Brian?
It's Brian I'm scared of, no one else, dude.
I'm not gonna send LA Thieves over. They had a really good losers run, and they have they're in that nice little honeymoon phase right now with some new guys coming around the block, and typically that's scary combinations for a few weeks, so we're not about it.
The honeymoon phase is crazy.
That's all it is, bro.
That's what I'm going for.
Dude, you know?
I'm trying to get a honeymoon phase.
I never said the words, that's all it is.
Minnesota had one.
It was applied,
had
bro.
one. I'm trying to have one.
I mean, shit, y'all had one last year, bro.
Nah, I want another one.
I want another one.
Oh man, this one starts getting weird. We'll send New York over. New York looked really good stage 1. They didn't show their true form in stage 2, I felt like, and then, you know, a lot of the other teams are kind of going through some switch-ups, so I felt like New York was a pretty, you know, safe pick since you can kind of gauge them the best.
No comment.
That's all you got?
Interesting.
I'll go with Florida to the other group. At this point, just kind of, you know, a lot of teams are switching up rosters here. Florida bench slack, don't know what they're going to look like, and like they've been pretty good in the past, so don't know what their potential is going to be. Maybe they also get their honeymoon phase, so have to get them out of there.
I hope so.
Alright, my turn. We'll send Paris to the other group. We have a lot of respect for this Paris team. We feel that they're like a strong underdog contender. uLLeY's one of the better main ARs in the league, and you know, despite whatever roster changes may come, I feel like this is always going to be a scary team to play against. They have a good balance of veteranship, leadership, and they could go off at any time. So I don't want to play against those guys anytime soon.
Thank you, Caster Revan.
Once again, a map with so many clips I wanted to highlight for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he was the best in the biz. He's not wrong.
We'll send Seattle the other side. Can't beat those guys. No matter how good our practice has looked, you know, leading into our matches, we just can't clutch up versus those guys. I don't know what it is. We have negative ice. So I don't even want to take the chance on playing those guys again. And honestly, our options are really limited. So Seattle it is.
Yeah, I mean, we beat them in the groups, and then we obviously eliminated them from the major, getting our stage 1 revenge. So it's a smart play. I respect it.
What teams are left?
London and LAG.
Then London to other.
Dan, dude, that's really fun. Getting my pick in here.
You know, Sean's just a little too much, man. I don't want to go against him.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it.
I'll take the confidence right now at the ball.
Yeah, then I'm gonna guess you're gonna pick LAG, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, am I in FaZe group again?
Yep.
I am.
No.
Let's go. First time.
Oh
dude.
my god, finally get my hands on Fargo.
I'm gonna beat the f out of you.
Dude, that's awful.
So
I had no choice but to pick LEG, sadly. Cellium mate, sad.
Pain. You know what? You get the major. You don't get a pick, but that's all right. You know, or at least I got I got a different pool this time. Got some different people to play. You know, excited to compete. I'm gonna shit on everybody that didn't pick us, by the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Like my dad used to say, we're almost there, so put your bloody shoes on. Paris Legion, Dallas Empire, we're waiting on Shotzzy not only to get back to his chair, but to get into the lobby. We're almost there, friends. Thank you very much for your patience. You know what it's like? Cables, internet, wires. I don't know what's going on. I'm in the 1980s. So's Chance. We're having a good time, though. We hope you are as well. And again, thank you so much for your patience. Chance, we're going to talk a little bit about the changes that have happened in the league recently. The many, many new faces. As you can see below, friends, there is, of course, a slight delay, but you already knew that because you're still here waiting. But there we are, mate. I'm very interested to see, you know, Chance, there's been a lot of players come and go from the league. You know, we've seen changes across the board. Today, we will see 2 of those new teams roll their new rosters. Of course, we have Paris up next. We have Florida a little bit later on today. But, I mean, let's have a look at this roster mania graphic. And again, there's new faces all over the place. Some old, some very familiar, and some brand new here in the Call of Duty League.
And that really is just such a wild lineup of like characters, because like even the stories, like just from left to right, like we've seen Zap in the league before. He's one of the players on Western that had a ton of success, but I think just from the side of London, this is like the 4th or 5th iteration of like a roster that they've had. Obviously they're right now in 12th in the league. This is desperation time, need to find something that starts to work. Obviously Paris, it's the first change that they've made, but it's from a guy that like started the year on the LA Thieves. It is just a wild host. HyDra finally ends up back on the team where he was originally supposed to be. And, well, from some of the scoreboards I've seen, maybe it's going well, or maybe from a team that was farther to the right on that graphic, it is struggles early on, but it is going to be a wild stage 3. I think at this point, the community is very willing to be incredibly critical of some of the changes that have made. And, well, we've been critical in the past. I think, like, the insight change comes to mind, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That is the fun of the new rosters. And again, just to touch on the maps and modes, said the same thing earlier. This is a phenomenal map set for the Dallas Empire. They're going to be happy with every single map across the board, especially that checkmate control. They are currently 4-0, and that's not to say it's a bad map set for Paris. I think they're going to be happy with it as well, but you're going against a juggernaut of a team, the world champs, on maps that they are very happy to be playing on. And Miles, I think we made it. I think we're finally here.
It's time to get into Garrison Hardpoint. Let's do it! Dallas Empire, Paris Legion is the first match of Stage 3, and we could not be more excited. We've been saving ourselves for this very moment, Chance, and now we get to see it unfold. New look Paris, Simp in the starting roster, going up against Dallas Empire, top 4 in the last major. If they can't rebound here in the Stage 3, but here we go, my friend. This should be a fun one indeed. Going to Garrison. Here we go.
Going to Garrison, and just by the way, if you're noticing by the slides, this is the old patch that we are playing on. The slides are still going to be incredibly powerful. You're going to be seeing them very often. I believe it's next week where we end up making that switch. But as far as opening breaks go for the Dallas Empire, pretty much perfection. Get every single kill, get the hill control, and Shotzzy already thinking about pushing up for a little bit of that map control.
Yeah, a little bit of sweet map control for Lights, but he does get knocked out from that position. It's going to be Scraps and Aqua leading up the kill feed here. 20 seconds going the early way of Dallas Empire, but now we've got Paris in the driver's seat. Temp finding a nice few kills again. We welcome him to the Paris Legion roster here in his debut for the squad, and so far he's the man on the hard point, trying to pick up as much time as possible while the rest of the team, again, Paris will be the white arrows, and in the gold, Dallas Empire. And so far, it's a nice bit of a counter push from Paris. They got themselves on the hard point for quite a while. Dallas, a bit of a contest now from Røkkr, but it's your boy Temp on screen, will eventually be dropped. Dallas with a late break chance, but so far, not a bad contest between the two teams.
Not bad at all, and Aqua already thinking about that positioning for this new hill, but his body's not actually inside the hard point. He wiggles himself over, but obviously top green's going to be a little bit open, but really the play is coming around back. 2 players from the Empire trying to go on that full flank just to flip spawns, and well, the spawn out is successful in the kills already. Break inside the hill, the perfect P2 break coming from the Dallas Empire, and well, it's the start that they needed. Shotzzy, I mean, he's 1-5. Doesn't make a single bit of difference. His team right now in full control.
6-2 for Røkkr. We're working at Crim now. He's on a 5 spree. That's it. Comes to an end at the hands of Aqua. Is going to melt him there. But 5-2 for Crim overall. Kills department for Dallas Empire. Certainly looking very strong. Over to Aqua now. Makes his slide forward again. You won't be seeing too much of that next week. A little different. Now to Aqua, trying to hold down this hard point. The rest of the squad lined up. It's going to be Crimsix coming through aLLeY. He's going to be the first player making his approach. It's a nice stick onto Crim. 3 kills go the way of Paris. There's the 4th. It's all 4 down. Paris with full map control. That's a wonderful way to hold the hard point and hit the rotation chance. Dallas, they are struggling here.
Dallas might be struggling, but they just got the God spawn as well. Hook spawns up in the green alley and Scratch. I don't know if he's aware, but maybe he is. Next level stuff from him, but Hook gonna get hunted down, but not able to get dropped. And you talk about a massive 1v1 gunfight to win. Just like that, Hook gets a God spawn, gets red, makes the play anyway. And now at least he's gonna set his team up to make the opportunity to get this break. Dallas trying to hold it from the front. Well, they're going to be successful at that. The break is in, and Shotzzy maybe starting to get a little bit hot. 3-streak for him.
Oh, unbelievable. 1 kill from Hook at the back there gives his teammates spawns, and with that, you've got full map control, time going their way. Dallas Empire, championship caliber plays right there. Put him on your screen, locking down the top side of the map, looking over towards the next hard point, popping up in about 12 seconds. Going to get the last moments of scrap here for Paris Legion. The 10 will help, certainly. But what could have been a much better hard point for them had the play of Hook not gone their way. Let's see how we go, though, chance. Mid-map control going the way of Dallas for now. It's Paris on the break.
Ooh, Paris on the break, but obviously some sort of issue. Have to go for the reset, and I tell you, man, what an interesting game, right? I think we had just on the P2 hill, both teams just able to walk through, get the clean break, and then you had, what, the moment where Hook gets the God spawn and wins 1 gunfight, and frankly, for that P3 hill, I think that's just a shining example of what 1 gunfight can do. Completely turns the map on its head, but obviously with the restart, doesn't make a single bit of difference.
We will be back. There has been a game issue, as you can all tell. I can't see what's going on in the match right now, so that tells me nothing. Except we will throw it a quick break, and when we return, Paris Legion, Dallas Empire, Garrison take 2. Let's get it.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Wham! We're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Call of Duty League. We're still trying to get back into this matchup. Paris Legion, Dallas Empire. I believe everyone is in the lobby right now, and it does sting a little bit, Chance. I mean, you're feverish. You're hungry for this next one, mate. I do believe I heard an 80s song reference in the break there. Would you like to share that with the fans?
Well, now I have to. It's easy setup. I'm hungry like a wolf for this match to actually get started. I mean, Hook is busy just flexing on cam right now, just ready to get the gameplay going. But yeah, I mean, just want to get into it, right? Like the nuke EMP effect's certainly intact, but really it's just the Garrison. I think maybe early on saw a nice little battle between the two teams for the first 3 minutes of it, but I just want some gameplay, man. We're so close, but I think we're experiencing, what is the saying? When it rains, it pours right now, but hopefully the sunshine will come out tomorrow and the Beatles will sing our way home.
Well, we're almost ready to rock and roll. Again, I can see the screen next to me, which has the game lobby in there, and it seems like everyone's present, but we will let you know, friends, as soon as this is ready. We thank you for your patience. I got a tweet from some guy that's like, I've got work in the morning. Like, I'm sorry, mate. If we could control it, we would have you no longer work. We would ruin your job. by making Call of Duty a 24-hour affair, and you could never look away. But that is just the facts, friends. We're trying to get through this issue, and once we do, back into the game. But Chance, if I'm honest, man, I liked what I saw out of Paris. It wasn't like the most dominant start from Dallas, which I was expecting a bit more of a bloodbath right off the rip. But aside from Hook's one play towards, you know, P3, I thought honestly it was quite an evenly contested match at most times. Whether it stays that way or not, who knows? But I mean, have you got any early thoughts on Paris from the 3 minutes of gameplay you've seen?
No, honestly, zero early thoughts. It's not like Temp started off 10-0, so there's no hot takes there. I mean, I think one thing the community is very hot take oriented, right? Anytime a roster change gets made, it's either very much 10 out of 10, best change ever, or 0 out of 10, this is the worst thing this team could possibly do. But I don't know. I'd say for the Temp one, mostly everyone is going to be positive on this one, myself included. It's really just about how well they can do, because keep in mind, it is still that dogfight. Any of the teams right now between the 8th and 12th spot, it is what? Within 40 points between really the entire group. So every single match matters, right? You get 10 points for a win throughout the group stages, and you get a little bonus depending on how well you place throughout the actual tournaments. But really just any team that can find a life and maybe go on a sort of run, sort of like Toronto Ultra, right? They went from bottom of the pack, win a tournament, get those 75 points, you rocket yourself up in the standings, and frankly, I mean, in my mind, they should be almost guaranteed for top 8 towards the end of the year. So that is what it means, man. You just need to bring it together, have one good stretch, and make sure you set yourself up to actually get to champs, and, well, just build from there.
Yeah, indeed. Well, while we're waiting for this match to get started, we've got a lot of fun to look at. The social soundboard powered by Astro. This one's from Dallas Empire. Choose your fighter. Is it either going to be Tracksuit Nameless or Mullet Chance? I would pick you, Chance, because I feel like wearing that mullet and with the sweater you've got going on there, I reckon you have a mean roundhouse. Like a mean roundhouse kick. You probably got like, I don't know, you're like very blue denim jeans, you got huge like sneakers on. I feel like a mean roundhouse kick would probably be the way to do it. Nameless is down in 1. Couldn't have you in hand-to-hand combat, but I do think this is it, mate. I think we're ready to load back into this one. Plastic's up, we're throwing out some fist pumps, everyone's smiling, we're ready to rock and roll. It's take 2, baby, and we're hungry like these wolves to get back into this game. Let's go, friends, we're almost ready to go. Here it is, the map is starting. Chance, let's do this. One more time.
I mean, just to answer your question, Jean-Claude Van Damme has absolutely nothing on me. You are correct. Nameless would have 0 chance in that fight. Also to Dallas Empire, you definitely did me dirty with the picture. I'm not saying I'm a good-looking guy, but you could do better than that. Come on, like help me out just a little bit, you know?
Step it up, Dallas. Let's go. All right. Now back into the match. Garrison, take 2. Dallas Empire, Paris Legion. We will neuralize our minds and forget the first one ever happened. And well, maybe these teams will do the same thing. Paris had quite an even keel start against them the first time we ran this one back, but it ain't our first rodeo here on Garrison Hardpoint. Stage 3 starts right now.
Deja vu all over again. Keep in mind, Dallas did win the opening break pretty cleanly last time around, but already the adjustments have been made. The nade actually from Classic gets the job done. The early vents flank is going to be there, but maybe not overly successful. Hook, the last man alive in the hill, he gets dropped, and already Paris looking so much better than the last time around. They win the opening break. They get Dallas Empire trapped back in their spawn. And, well, for Aqua, would have been a 4-0 spot, but Crimsix with the headshot multiplier, able to take him down.
Ching, Scrap still on point 2-0 so far. Nice flash to bank it off the bricks there. I think it lands a teammate, but Nicky D, Classic 4-1 already. That was a 2 spree for him. Nice start. Here comes number 3. Who can't get away in time? Shotzzy's going to be up next, and Classic from this position, and he's having a whale of a time. Just picking up those kills. Paris finding themselves the first 30 points and climbing. But here comes Dallas on the break. Nice 2 kills there. That's going to be an immediate hardpoint control. The spawns, it's map control so far that Paris Legion still retain. Will they be able to hold that top green spot? Dallas now on the break.
I know Rust Cole is the 90s, but time is a flat circle. Basically the exact same situation from last time, right? Dallas Empire, they're not trying to break through green necessarily, have one player maybe play that late floating, but really the entire idea is try to work your way around back, but 2 players die in their individual gunfights. And already for Paris, it was obviously a better P1 hold that they had. And right now on this new hill for P2, looking good to go as well. Classic with a little bit of pressure on him from top green, but the nade once again gets the job done. And this is damn near perfection coming out from Paris. Is Classic, one of the best starts he's had this year, 8-2 to his name. What more could you ask for?
He's having a fantastic time here on Garrison. The squad's picking up a lot of hardpoint time as well. Now we do have Dallas Empire on the right-hand side of the map, all theirs, locked down for P3. Now, iLLeY, He's going to drop to Temp, who leads the charge. Aqua's going to find the kill as well. Hook was the hero in the first version of this map, but that was a different timeline, baby, and now things are looking very different. Paris Legion with a wonderful start. Hook holds the line, essentially alone, but oh no! Here's the surprise! Paris will spawn in the back. 2 kills go their way. Aqua's going to find one, and over to the newcomer Temp. What's he got on the front line? Finds the first kill. Up and about, Temp goes, swings. It's a miss. The shots are good, though, and Classic lands it. Paris Legion, they roll the dice, and it's craps for Dallas Empire, but Paris, wonderful stuff here on P3.
And while you say wonderful stuff, I just completely missed it, right? I'm busy watching Hook just piece everybody left and right. I don't know if someone just dropped the ball on blocking spawns or if we're just getting gifted on P3 to either team. But hey, Paris, they will take it, right? They were potentially looking down the barrel of a full 60 on the flip side. Instead, they're given a gift. And right now, they are making the most of it. Even the one-on-ones inside the hill towards the end, Temp is able to pick up 2. And now for Dallas, this might be worst case scenario. They end up spawning in the back and, well, they have an opportunity with the split, maybe to make something happen over towards New, but this is a near 100-point game already, Paris. This is exactly what they need.
Mate, what an unbelievable hard point this one is. I'm curious more than anything, Chance, to see how our current world champs are handling the comms right now. So let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in for the Dallas Empire.
G2. I needed it.
I can't see him. He's dead,
Josh.
Josh.
Back left quarter. Back left hanger. Back left hanger, hurt.
Ready this timer?
One guy went plat. I got time. Yo, big door, straps.
I'm looking plat.
Did not color?
Plat, Nick, dead.
Sit down time.
Nice.
There's two.
You only one shot truck.
One truck,
last guy, big
another
door.
one. Oh, big door, flew at me. Got him.
Stay down.
Yeah, I'm gonna need him. I'm shifting. Yo, big door, Nick. Take one shot. Usually heard as well, big door.
One to the back.
Top, oh fuck, one shot.
Job, man.
Hanger big door.
One guy's top cat. I'm shifting over.
Yeah, shift right.
I'm shifting right. Top cat, drop bottom mid. Another one cat. No, I died. Yo, they can be green.
Top cat dead.
Yo, Donnie was bottom mid.
Square.
He's
one shot, no health.
You just set up.
Alright.
Yeah, they can be green.
Did they give my
gotta pick up green.
I don't have your house. I don't have it.
Yeah, I have your bottom left mid.
Two green. One guy's con. Con, one shot Nick.
I'll see on you. I'll see.
L3 on me, Trapster.
I'll sit down.
Still there.
No, I kind of think
there's two. There's two in hill. Three near hill.
Yo, hit left side big door, guys. Grabs in.
I was gonna say, you one shot time.
One guy's in bricks. I'm about to hit big door. Yo, hit big door like
I don't see him hill.
He's left.
In L.
Sit down, Donnie dead.
I see that.
Another one bricks. Top cat,
sit down.
Yeah, I can probably.
Got him.
Top cat dead.
I got time.
Well, Chance, you heard the comms there. Dallas Empire, they don't stop believing. But we still have Paris in a very strong lead, mate. I mean, what do you make of the comms?
I mean, the belief system might be good, and honestly, the comms were fine, but the gameplay didn't really match it, right? You got Shotzzy calling out like, hey, I can't watch this cross, but his teammates, they might hear it, they might not, but they don't pick it up. They end up getting broken, so the gameplay maybe just a small step behind, but obviously, I mean, they started out down by 100 points. They're really just trying to make the best of a bad situation as Paris, again, inside the hard point. They are consistently getting these setups that they want. They get the trophies in the hill first, and it makes the job that much easier. Aqua, though, takes a challenge that Shotzzy is happy to take with a 74U. Eventually does get taken down in Paris. Again, the pressure that they're putting on the hills has been on point. Just overwhelming the Dallas Empire right now.
Absolutely overwhelming indeed. 100 points now. And climbing, Crim wins a nice one from down low. There's 25 seconds remaining on P1 now, but it's not going to be an easy hard point to get a hold of. And we've got Hook once again playing for the next side of the map. That's a big win from him. Classic. Whoa! Hook still rolling. Climbing out of the negative kills department. One at a time. Over to Crim now. Trying to stop these players make their way through mid. Not going to happen. Scraps makes the nice read. Catches them out. With that kill, we've got Dallas now still holding the line. Still making sure they've got control of the hard point. Battle rages. Hook wins it on point. Shotzzy wins his on attempt. And this is fantastic work. Paris, they cannot buy an inch towards that hard point chance. Dallas will still hold.
And this is a big moment, right? This is the full 60, potentially could get Dallas right back in the game. But here's the problem for them. The artillery going to get called in. And notice the ping placement. He's got clearing all the way over towards those outer lanes. Everyone's stuck inside. The flood's coming in from top green. But at least for Temp, he's got to wait for his teammates. Everyone getting chopped. The Empire deal with the artillery, win the gunfights, get that off the board, and effectively get the full 60 minus the 10 points that they had to sacrifice. But right back in the game they go. Still down by quite a bit, but working on that damage mitigation, and now the foot race over towards Noon. Classic knows he's looking for a couple of those slaying kills. Gets the next one on Shotzzy. 23 kills, by the way, for nickyd is right now. He's just that front line, trying to keep Dallas Empire at bay, and frankly, job well done. Now gets to just play his corner. His teammates are now blocking spawns. This is the setup Paris want. Dallas Empire, one good opportunity to make this break.
One chance to really make the decent break, and man, Classic is still rolling right now. He's still in the kill feed. Aqua trying to take care of Shotzzy. He's going to be the one leading the way forward. Classic might be able to get him on the flank. There he is. Classic lands it. Once again, Classic. Another one down. Another one down. Another one. Hook. Finally answers back as he finds two now on the approach chance. You got a decent break to be had here, but Paris are over 200 points now and climbing. Scraps is going to lock it down as well, and Paris, it's a aBeZy towards the last few moments here, mate. They are running this map through and through. iLLeY can't quite find three. Crim on the pinch, nothing to be found. It's 30 seconds for the win now, and Paris are looking to get it done here on Garrison.
I mean, Paris are going to get it done. Their teamwork right now on point. It is just consistently another one bites the dust after another. Just a ton of like solo challenges coming in for the Empire. Every gunfight someone on Paris is taking, there's always a backup man there for the most part. And well, for Dallas, it's what, 9 seconds they're allowed to give away before the game ends. They're going to have to be damn near perfect. And again, the team shots coming through. Every single player on Paris getting involved with these gunfights. Already broken out through vents. They've already broken out through the actual hill. They have put Dallas in the blender. Successful at that. Game number 1 in the books. Paris Legion, a dominant win.
Like the first time we got a taste of this team on Garrison, it was okay. That was a real display for us there, friends. Paris Legion, they mean business. Temps fit into the squad like a glove. And these best players, I mean, yeah, this is cool, man, but the whole map was a delight. I mean, Classic is looking as comfortable as I think he's ever looked. This is some vintage nickyd, some vintage Classic, and Temp looking fine. Scraps and Aqua finding their flow as well. Paris start the series off 1-0.
And they truly just put him in the blender that game, right? I mean, not only a bunch of great individual performances coming out of Paris, but again, the teamwork was on point. There was maybe, what, 2 or 3 solid team pushes that the Empire was able to put together on the final few hills, but they just got picked apart, seemingly couldn't win a single gunfight. And well, I was saying it's a momentum-based series just because for Dallas Empire, they have been struggling in hardpoint as of recent, at least towards the tail end of stage 2. And admittedly, they're only struggling against the best teams in the world, but the struggles continue as, again, even just looking at the stats across the board, Temp barely needed to get involved, right? Least amount of damage on the team, least amount of kills, but beating the team by 140 points doesn't make a single bit of difference. Just a ridiculous performance coming out of those core 3 players on the Paris Legion.
Core 3 coming to play, and there you go, man. Temp not having a bad map whatsoever, just getting the job done. And dude, the scoreline, like, that's all you really needed to know. A brilliant start there from Paris Legion after what was a little bit of a delay. Thank you, friends. Again, it was worth it, right? You saw Temp absolutely having a whale of a time there. We saw nickyd going nuts. Not great for the Dallas fans, though, but hey, not a bad start for the day for Paris. We will be back after this very quick commercial break, and when we return, it will be Express, Search and Destroy here in the Call of Duty League. Don't go anywhere, friends. We'll be right back.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
We are right back at it here in the Call of Duty League. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're in the London Royal Ravens home series, but we're watching Dallas Empire go up against Paris Legion. If you've just joined us, Paris took the first map in quite a dominant fashion there, Garrison Hardpoint. Now we go to an Express Search and Destroy. Now, Chance, let's talk a little bit about Dallas Empire's Search and Destroy KD comparison so far, here in Stage 1 and Stage 2.
I mean, well, the story for Stage 1, right, was their Search and Destroy was actually great against any team that was not named Minnesota and or Atlanta FaZe. And, well, for Stage 2, overall, it started to look better, right? 4-1 in their last 5 S&D maps. But one big standout for me, it's got to be iLLeY, right? Just averaging a 0.8. He is an S&D star. He is one of the best players in the world. And that KD just genuinely doesn't make sense to me because he's even one of the players that, he has the 1v3 clutch this year against Seattle. We know he is a capable player, but he hasn't really shown off that gameplay so far this year. He's got to be my player to watch, at least in Search and Destroy for the Dallas Empire to really pick things up. And well, especially so in this series, you're going to have to pick things up right away because Paris Legion, they had me feeling that sweet emotion on that first map. It was clean sailing when they got that dub, and well, they got the offense to kick things off. And on a map like Express, aggression might be the key.
Let's find out. This could be an interesting one. Again, we've seen Dallas have some mixed results on this map. In Paris, and kind of throw the stats out the window. Let's just see how this new team looks all in all. Scrap's the first player we're going to see open fire. He's shooting Ghost right now. Attempt making his way in towards the bomb site. He's got Classic to his right. Seems like an open B site for now. Hook's going to push this a little late, and Crim. And he's just finding these little angles. And Scraps, he's in trouble. Big trouble. Big tags. No kill, though. For now, Crimsix going to find the damage, but it is going to be Shotzzy who gets that first blood. The second goes the way of Crim. Temp's going to get the bomb down, but Hook's lying and waiting in the wings. And here he comes. Potential to deal the damage. Oh, Tem wins a big one. That's huge chance. He manages to stay alive. Can Shotzzy get it done? No! It's a 2v2. Oh, 1v1. Nope, it's over. Sorry, mate. I looked away for a brief moment. I thought you were there. And all of a sudden, criminally win their ones. They get it done. But man, Paris, they pulled that one back in the dying few moments.
Oh, I was still here. I was trying to wait to figure out how to roast Dallas Empire the best. I mean, they just immediately took 2 solo challenges on bomb, throwing away a life for literally no reason. I mean, Hook in this situation, if you win the gunfight, great, you guarantee the round. But if you take a gunfight against a guy on a fairly decent head glitch and you lose it, obviously you saw the opening, but the teammates clutched up. The ARs got the job done, or at least Crim for one. I think it was Shotzzy for the other. Can't remember who it was, but
it was.
Either way, nice bounce back round. And if anything, I would say the importance of nades, especially in the early rounds where trophies are not available. Obviously, the opportunity is going to be there to make plays, and at least that's how they got the first blood on Scraps. All the way, though, on the attack over towards this A-bomb. First blood for Classic. This is going to be problematic because they actually got the double stacked over. Shotzzy might be prepared for the trades, and he's able to get 2 the untradeable finds. His Hook on the flip side, well, able to get 1 in response. Temp already finds himself in an effectively a 1 versus 3.
Oh, and he nearly does it. Man, he nearly makes that one work. Dallas with another big clutch up. Shotzzy absolutely jumping him here. Here comes the first kill. The second was just as impressive. Scraps through the door there. Whew. Unbelievable shots. Our Shotzzy basically securing the round, and a big 1v1 win from Hook as well. Great stuff out of Dallas in the second there.
That's big stuff. I'm not sure if Scraps stopped shooting in the final moments or just because he strafed behind the door, wasn't able to connect with the final ones, but maybe just a little bit fearful on the gunfight, and well, he gets gunned because of it. Dallas Empire on Express. Maybe not one of their best maps, at least not in terms of record, but certainly one that they are fairly strong on. And well, Scraps first blooded immediately. Crim hits him with the jump shot. The shots are clean, and there's 2. Good news for him. Well, 1, he's on streaks. 2, he's going to get the best play of the game, hopefully, just so we can see exactly how he got that first kill.
He made an easy read on Scraps there from the previous round, and it worked out massively. Now a 4v1 for Ucko, and he's in trouble, man. He is in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble at this point in time just from the shots dealt, and here comes the maneuver from Dallas Empire. Shots is going to be there, just able to get the kill, but how many more of those can he nab? 3v1 now. Just got to try to be quiet at this point in time. Over the top comes Hook, lands the shots. With or without you, he'll kill it. His teammate's not necessarily in a position to find it, but who gets it done? Another round to Dallas.
Oh, just so, yeah, okay. The Crimsix, in Crimsix's hands for one, but maybe just on 60 hertz, just hits different. First kill was a little bit nutty. Even the kill that Aqua just had on Shotzzy from the cat steps is also equally ridiculous. So if your shot's on point, you're going to be feeling pretty good. Frankly, I don't even know if the streaks are necessarily going to be a factor. Right now, Dallas Empire just fairly dominant. I mean, the only round that was close was just when they had the 4 versus 2 that they almost threw away, but almost isn't even the correct word for it. Back on the attack they go. First blood last time came through the trains. It's the exact same story, but this time on the flip side, Dallas with the early open.
Whoa, Temp almost getting iLLeY as well. 3v2, Dallas with the advantage. Scraps and Aqua got themselves in on towards the A-bomb site for now, and it's Scraps actually who's in the closer position. A bomb carrier iLLeY. Scraps lying right next to his teammate who has fallen. You see the Temple Classic. Wonder what it smells like in that cabin. Here we go, iLLeY. Oh, gonna wrap back. Make their way in towards B. Dallas know they have B bomb site control thanks to the efforts of Røkkr there. And Paris have not budged yet, Chance.
I think really the play here has to come from Scraps, right? If he's playing on top of those trains, or actually he's laying down in the train, so he's not going to be able to get this information. Bomb going to get planted for free. Aqua and Scraps incredibly split from each other. And you got the double stack down low. Røkkr is going to be the problem in this situation. Aqua, it is not easy to notice the player hanging out in ticket booth.
Oh, gets the first pick. Will it be an immediate trade? Aqua's going to stay alive. Crim, oh, he catches Scraps. That's incredibly unfortunate. 25 seconds left. Aqua, eyes on Crim. Crim's going to re-challenge. He will get it with a nade. And another massive round from Crimsix and the Dallas Empire. It's 4-0 so far.
And this is just clean and efficient work. First blood this time goes the way of Empire, and iLLeY makes sure he's able to trade out his teammates. Just work on the little bait and switch. You see just pulling Temp's aim over just a little bit. Gives iLLeY all the advantage that he needs. And I will say, I think the nades right now from Empire have been on point. Maybe it's just Crimsix, right? He's able to get quite a few kills just with the nades at his disposal, especially so on Scraps. Occasionally on the receiving end, but 7-0, he's got the artillery, and well, of course, what that means right now for Pairs Legion, A is not the preferred bomb site to go. They're going to be 4 stacking over towards B.
4 stack it is. Shotzzy gets the first blood. With the Røkkr now. Eyes on Classic. In Shotzzy now. Oh no! And Classic turns his back to him. Røkkr's going to find another one. This could be a massive round for him again. He's just sitting on top of the bomb site like, yeah, don't you forget about me. I'm still here. Classic opens himself up to it, and Aqua once again in a very difficult situation, but okay, he's making him work for it. Makes the read on the Crim. No, he does not. Dallas Empire, it's 5-0 chance. They're going to close it out here. Can they go the perfect 6-0?
They're certainly looking like it. I was thinking a momentum-based series, but any that Pairs Legion was able to get from the hard point. You talk about the immediate response, maybe just waking up a sleeping giant in the Dallas Empire. This is as efficient of a search and destroy as you are really ever going to see. The number of times, actually, this year alone, we have seen a team on Express go up 5-0. Off memory, this is at least like the 4th or 5th time that it has happened. Crimsix, a player that has spent maybe not 10 years on this map in total, but 10 years ago he played, so he knows all the spots. Temp though with the first blood, does get traded out, and the artillery getting called in as well. I'm going to take a guess. That's not going to find a thing, but obviously the information is going to be nice, or it does find a thing in the information on point. Aqua 1v3. Good luck. Have fun. Crim, show us the curve.
Here it comes. Nope, doesn't land it. Never mind. Crim's in position to catch Aqua, but once again, he's had another crack at it. Will this be the one? There's the shot punch onto Shotzzy. Will land the first. It's a 1v2 now. Will he be able to do it? He's been given a few chances before, and this could well be the last one. Dallas Empire now on the flanks. You can see either side of him. Both the catwalks covered. Aqua will be in trouble. Lee, shots are in. There's no chance he gives his life away there. Crim's up next. Aqua, gunned down. Easy as you like. It may have been a dominant display on Garrison, but Dallas Empire, a very clean and methodical 6-0 on Express. Simply untouchable at times, their chance. An easy search and destroy for them indeed.
I mean, this is certainly not the Breakfast Club story sort of a thing for the FaZe Legion, right? No happy endings there. They start off slow and they just get bullied. But hey, a 6-0, I mean, you know, it's only a map, right? You're still tied 1-1, but I think in my mind now you're staring down the barrel of a checkmate control where, well, Dallas Empire, as comfortable as they are on Express, it is even more so on that checkmate control. And their second 6-0 on the map. Again, I don't know what it is about the map for Express. It is incredibly streaky. We have had maybe not a ton of 6-0s as a collective, but a lot of times teams just go on a run in a perfect game from Crimsix, 10-0, another feather in his cap. The best player of all time.
Doing his best Bance impersonation right now, going 10-0, lovely stuff there. In the search already, Dallas tying up the series 1-1. As they walk this way, they're going to talk this way as well. What a wonderful rebound here in the series. We're going to go a little bit further than we thought this one may go. And I'm pumped, mate. I'm really pumped to see how we go. But Garrison control, as you said, checkmate control, excuse me, a very, very strong one there from Dallas Empire. But let's have a quick look at our US Army tactical play from round 2. Some more shenanigans from this Express, and again, non-stop picks here, really. This one was Shotzzy, but Chance, all things considered, man, I mean, you could have picked any of these rounds. Dallas Empire put on a show in every single round so far.
I mean, this is a hard one to pick, right? Because you don't even have to go for the tactics of the map. It is genuinely just Shotzzy just gunning 2 players. The first gunfight might be free just because he is the skinny and the jump on classic, but the win on scraps is one he should simply never be able to get, but successful at that, put him up 2-0. They had all the momentum, and even for the final kill, that's where Crim really started to get the ball rolling. And again, 10-0, perfect game. Got to call it out a second time. Nice performance from Dallas Empire and Crim especially.
Hard to beat it. Just beat it. When we come back after the break, it's going to be checkmate control, friends. Dallas versus Paris. We'll see you after the break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Unlock a CDL team pack with any purchase on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Offer ends on April 25th. Tournament audio and team listenings are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Block's blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
Hello, and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are almost ready to rock and roll into our next match, but we're going to go back to the social soundboard powered by Astro. Choose your fighter. We do, Chances. You and Nameless. We were talking about roundhouse kicks and denim jeans, and Nameless is rocking that full fluoro, but we got a couple of tweets. Nameless says, I'm having you under a minute, you look like Askren. And you respond, I know karate. You are the karate kid for me, Chance. I mean, it's wax on, wax off right now. Does that make me Mr. Miyagi? I'm not sure. We'll see. There's too much happening right now in the Call of Duty world, friends. I mean, it's full 1980s vibes today. We're living in 1984. I mean, that's Verdansk behind me. Like, I'm sure, like, Teeps out there somewhere killing folks. Like, it's crazy today. Like, we're in a battlefield, but love's a battlefield, but so here is the Call of Duty League. Let's have a quick look now at Control, because Control, chance. It's changed, my friend. I do declare. We're now looking at a change for the overtime rules. Each round now has 2 points, and each point has 3 segments. So that's the same, right? But the team with the most segments captured will get defense in round 5. That's the major change. Now, again, if both teams have an equal amount of segments captured, tiebreaker goes to that team with most kills. We sometimes refer to those segments as ticks on broadcast because it's got less syllables and we're just lazy gamers, that's the truth. But those segments, again, that is going to be a very, very important thing to look out for now that we look at Control. So it's not just about capturing the full point, it's looking at those segments. Now, Chance, tell me about Dallas Empire's Control this season so far.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at it overall, the attacking rounds, the 18 and 27 doesn't look great until you realize that they play a ton of defense-heavy maps. So they're 4th overall, and that is fantastic to have at their disposal. It is a big part of the reason why they are so good at checkmate control. And really, as you go down, even for the defense KD, the 1.10 looks great. And the same thing can be said for the Pairs Legion. The KD used to be the important factor, but that is the important part to remember about the Switch. If it is about the tick progression, the segments are going to be the deciding factor for who gets defense for that round 5. It basically becomes less of a TDM, right? KD doesn't matter. You are now forced to play the objective or more incentivized to play the objective. So it makes sense, right? Even if you're down on lives, to make that last ditch effort just to throw your bodies at the point, even if you know you're not going to be able to secure the entire thing, it can make a difference for those round 5. So in my mind, it is just a quality of life change. It is just a nice little benefit to, again, just make it more objectively minded, more objectively focused. And well, again, as nice as the changes are, you gotta keep in mind, again, still an undefeated record right now for Dallas Empire on this map. You have to imagine they have the advantage going into this one.
Well, you have to imagine. I mean, we thought the same thing for the Garrison hardpoint, but hey, man, crazier things have happened. Dallas, Paris, here we go. Map number 3. We're all tied up 1-1 in the series, and now it is over to checkmate for Control. And I keep forgetting to taking off my aviators and putting my actual glasses on. I was like, what's wrong with the game for a moment there? Sorry, that was a little bit behind the scenes nonsense you didn't need to hear. Over to see Crimsix. Start this one off with a bang, and we're over towards the B zone straight away, and Classic's in there with the kill, now the capture.
Going for the B break as well on offense, just to kick things off. It is maybe a little bit of a mix-up. Maybe you don't see it as often, and maybe Crimsix showing off an example as the Y. Picks up 2 big kills, and that's his 3rd in a row. Keep in mind, he's coming off of a perfect performance in the Search and Destroy. You know, his Crimsix shot is feeling warm, but Classic there for the shutdown. And Pairs Legion, they are putting a ton of importance over towards this B point. Maybe to their credit, they do have playing Control, but there are so many angles to watch, and Shotzzy, well, he found one more. They're trying to keep these players at bay as, well, the lives don't matter. At least not for the objective base, but still, if you learn out of them, you will lose the round.
They're coming in from behind now, clearing up these players, trying to defend that A zone. Again, we talk about A being the more important zone to attack first and foremost. Finally now, Paris back on it. It's going to be Temp making the early caps. Luke trying to come forward, does just that. Nice shots. So the flying Temp brings him down, oscillates over the other side of the map, immediately brought down there again. So I mean, back and forth we go right now, Chance. Paris Legion now back over towards the B zone. Will we be able to see that first segment captured? There's just less than 30 seconds remaining on the clock. And we're almost there. Paris just about able to get it done. There's the first bit of progress. Classic now trying to hold this one alone. Doesn't get it done against Shotzzy. And that is that. 25 seconds remaining, mate. You've got a lot of members of Paris back on spawn, not able to make the run. 20 seconds, let's see what they can do.
And I will tell you, just the idea from Paris trying to get both points at the same time, that is incredibly difficult to pull off. And, well, there's a couple examples why. 2 kills go through in Dallas Empire. Well, they get all the map clearance that they need. There's kill number 3, but you got iLLeY, what, pushed up towards P2. He's over the yellow crates. He got Crimsix down low underneath the plane. 8 kills to his name, by the way. This setup, too strong. Dallas Empire for the first win. And really, in my mind, I don't know if we've seen any teams have a great deal of success trying to cap both points at the same time. It's just incredibly difficult. There's just so many things going on the map. I mean, the reason you even have teams a lot of times go to A is just because of how much easier it is to watch, right? You have basically 2 lanes you need to watch. You don't get full flank very often. Meanwhile, on B, the only way you're going to capture it is effectively if you get a clean 3 or 4 down. You try to do too many things at the same time, you're just going to get punished. But certainly just an attempt for round 1. And now we get the Dallas Empire on the attack, see what they can pull off.
Yep. So on we go. It's going to be Paris top lane. Classic trying to deal some damage. Opening shots there, going to push him back. Again, this is a decent amount of control already. Nice trades from Paris. Scraps comes out on top of that one. That's huge. Oh boy, kill number 3 goes his way as well. So, Matty Marshall holding down the B zone, getting those 3 big kills, pushing Dallas Empire back. Now it's Aqua, his turn to shine, and he's going to find a few more kills in the kill feed as well. And that's that. Map presence very, very heavily favoring Paris Legion. Temp trying to push those players back into spawn. iLLeY finds a window, finds a little bit of breathing space, but it's straight over the Scraps. Once again, shots are on point. Can't quite find any more chance, but again, burning the clock now, 40 seconds left. And this is looking great out of Paris.
Great out of Paris, and that pressure through the A Street, by the way. They have effectively sent their entire team through that P2 area, and well, that just means they get a setup for spawn kills. Dallas Empire trying to clear their base. iLLeY wins a nice gunfight, but Temp, the lone man there, able to go on the flank and pick up 2. The pressure on the spawns is key on defense. Temp able to deliver. Now, the AK-74U up top, well, he just needs to do damage. He's even winning the big gunfights at range with that SMG, so putting in work, but this is just dominance on defense. Paris Legion, nice and clean for the bounce back, as good as it gets. And more importantly, I don't know if a single tick of progression was able to come through there for Dallas on offense, so Paris Legion, I suppose it may be tied up, but have somewhat of an early advantage.
I mean, they shook them all round long. Get it? That was a tough one, really.
All night long?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, AC/DC, great one. Really good stuff. 1980. Man, Temp actually went wild there. Like kill after kill, he went nutty. That was, I'm not even sure Dallas made it onto either of the zones chance, let alone a tick of progression. I think that might have been a perfect hold from Paris.
I believe you are correct, and keep in mind, Temp on a 5 spree, Scraps on a 4, so you got 2 separate players potentially thinking about some score streaks, at least in the back of their mind. See if they're going to be baiting each other out. Classic is going to be the bait. Temp the man that needs to look for the kills. Or hey, maybe Scraps can just do it. X-ray vision. Able to find at least 1 through the wall. So you got 2 players on a 5. Feed the kill to Temp. That's number 6 for him. And more importantly, a lot of map control going their way. I think Hook was able to find 2, but at least middle map control is there. And Hook potentially with the kill of the game so far on Checkmate. Able to shut down the streaks with at least Temp. But Scraps still in the feed. I can't remember if he's died or not.
I think he may have gone down at some point, but Temp, he doesn't get that top lane control. You do have a lot of progress towards A, though. The first segment depleted. We're looking towards the next one. 2-man stack right now for Paris Legion. Here comes Dallas on the push. First one goes down. Trazah at foot. Scraps wins it again. He's going to find 1 more here. No. iLLeY lands it. iLLeY gets the 2nd kill as well. And just about saves the day. Is A about halfway done. Shotzzy now trying to push these players back in a spawn as that pressure coming down on Paris. iLLeY now in the back line. First shots are there. Not able to get the 2nd. Big damage now as iLLeY's 5 spree comes to a close. Shotzzy can't quite pick up the pace there and now make his way forward, but Hook, he's going to try and do this alone chance. Going to try to keep Paris in spawn. First up, 2nd can't quite go down as well. Man, it is back and forth. Temp manages to slip the net. 25 seconds left. Can he get anything done?
I mean, Temp's just doing a crazy amount of damage just to keep these players at bay. And while the reinforcements are in, Aqua just on the full send. Well, he gets chopped down, so do all of his teammates. Scraps able to find 2, but he's the last one up. Crimsix is there for the cleanup crew, and if it wasn't going to be him, Hook certainly would have found that final kill. 5 seconds left in Paris. Well, I don't even know how much you could really make happen. Not a ton of map clearance the whole way around, in Dallas Empire making sure the defense reigns supreme, get the job done to put themselves up at that 2-1 lead. But keep in mind, I mean, that's what, 3 or 4 ticks, I think, on offense that Paris Legion were able to get. So if we're thinking about a potential round 5 bloodbath, the pressure right now is actually on the Dallas Empire to try to make something happen on offense. They're going to have to at least fully cap 1 of the points and maybe get a tick on the 4th just to make sure they're secure on round 5. Or if they just win on offense, hey, you win the game, even better.
Not an easy thing to do, as we've seen. Both teams very defensively minded. We saw Paris with an incredibly dominant round. Will they be able to repeat the same thing again? This is going to be a tough one. As Crim lined up by the back of the fin there, and here comes the push from Dallas. 3-mans towards A. Here they go. Trophies up. Temp's going to be the first line of defense. And Temp He does not fall. He takes one with him. That's good enough for now. Classic from up high. Shotzzy finds the nade kill onto Aqua. That's 2 players down now. So Scraps is all that's left. And iLLeY's got his number, baby. Look at that angle as well. Very slow and patient from the mighty iLLeY. He's going to get 3 kills in a row. Looking to find kill number 4. Oh, there it is. Right through the wall he goes. Kill number 4 is his. Classic from top lane still. And the first bit of progress at A done chance. This has been a wonderful turnaround from Dallas.
And he's really just trying to pour the pressure out through the hill instead of going for the stack. But hey, 2 ticks have already come through. Maybe a last-ditch effort from Aqua, but the shots from Crimsix all the way towards the back of the plane are there. The 8 points secured. And well, we were thinking about what they needed to do to try to get the defense round 5 if they need it. They might have done enough there, but more importantly, they are still looking for this win. They have a ton of time to work with. 2 minutes to try to capture this B point, but Classic underneath the plane, at least trying to win these opening breaks. It's a 2-2 split. So for Dallas Empire, they're just looking to set up and try to get some control. And Temp, well, he knows the deal. Go for some spawn kills. That is the way. There's the first, and already for Empire, this is incredibly annoying to deal with. Temp does get taken down, but just looking at that map pressure, no one for Empire able to cross that 50-yard line.
And the good news, though, for Dallas, again, you capture the A zone, and now you're halfway there. All they've got to do now is get on towards B, but Paris are making them sweat for it. Classic has still been on a bit of a run. 15-15 overall, but man, he's playing himself the right way. Nice shots from Crim, saves the day for now. Grabs, lands a big one there. Top lane position, 1 minute 15 on the clock. Has to lock down these players. Don't let them get out. That trophy system is working. 9-5. Right there, saving him. Making the bacon. Shotzzy's up next. Scraps on a 4 spree. Backs up for now chance. He's still alive. Crim's going to find 2, and with that, pressure now mounting. Here comes Dallas, trying to just make these kills onto these players in top lane and get onto the zone. Can they get it done? Under a minute remains now, mate, and this is looking to be a big round.
You see Scraps, though, does get taken down. He has a walking killing spree, but he's on a 4. He gets dropped. Now to the top of the plane. Shotzzy able to win 2. That's 3 down. This is the stack the point opportunity. The spawns are all the way back right, but Scraps in P5 is causing problems. You only get 2 bodies on point for the moment. It is going kind of quick, but then Scraps, the hero, the walking kill spree, takes down 3 just to defend the point.
24-12. He pours some sugar on iLLeY, and that is a massive kill now. 35 seconds remaining. Hook trying to find somebody from upstairs. Finds the first. Player dips right past him. Did he get a shot off there? Hook stays alive. He finds another one. There is now 25 seconds remaining. The clock will be stopped. Dallas Empire stacked up on the point. The second segment is about to go. All 3 of them, man, they're there. You've got to get on point. You've got to go, Paris. This is going to be the round. The shots are on. And Dallas win it with a big stack there in the 4th round. Dallas Empire 3-1 on checkmate control. And the stack comes through. That is absolutely the play to make these days when it comes to getting the B zone, and they do it perfectly right when they need to. Exquisite work from the Dallas Empire. They will take the lead in the series 2-1.
And that is fantastic communication coming out from the Empire as well. Shout out to the observers. The camera shot we had on the players down low. Notice how everyone on the Dallas Empire that is inside the hill is purely just looking at the right street. That's because Shotzzy was able to get underneath the wood heady. He's forcing out those spawns to be the back right side of the map. And he's telling his teammates, hey, you have to look one direction in one direction only. I know it's a modern ban, but it gets the job done. You make the job easy for your teammates to get that round win. And again, we saw what? They were the 4th best team in the world on offensive rounds. They got the only one that they needed to get the job done and get that map win.
You beat me to it with the One Direction thing. Oh my God, Dallas. What a showing that was. Forgive the cackle, friends. It's been a lovely day. So far, so good, though. If you're a Dallas Empire fan, I mean, that was a nice showing there on checkmate control. And Rambo Ray somewhere has got his fist in the air, a la The Breakfast Club. Doing one of these, just loving life right now. But there we go. We will be back in a very brief moment. A quick commercial break. You know the drill, friends. We're going to be going to another hard point after this one. The Call of Duty League stays fresh, stays so cool here in the 80s. We'll be right back.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Now, don't forget, friends, you saw the trailer there, but make sure that you're rocking your best teams pack. You can unlock a free CDL team pack with any purchase of Game Fuel right now on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Check the thing at the bottom there. That's where all the information lies. So go and get yourself some Game Fuel. It helps out, believe me. Accuracy and alertness. Trust me. Then you need it. Because right now in Verdansk, it's a battlefield out there, friends. But here we go. Quick look at the maps and modes so far of how this series has gone, Chance. And again, after what was a wonderful start, a real bang from Paris in the opening hardpoint, slowed down a little bit, let's face it. But let's see what they've got the resolve to go all the way here and checkmate hardpoint next.
Well, I'd say the biggest problem, right? Crimsix just released the 99 red balloons and dropped the nuke for that map too, right? Had the perfect 10-0 performance, and immediately all the momentum Paris had immediately gets sucked out. And well, now we go back to checkmate again. This entire series effectively is just comfort map picks for the Dallas Empire. For the first hard point, obviously that did not pan out. For Paris Legion, they're going to need this bounce back because, again, they are in the absolute pit. The dogfight of that is they need these CDL points. Every single win, honestly, can make a massive amount of difference because of how tight of a race it is towards the bottom. So maybe hard point, their key to success. Beat them by 139 points, I believe it was, for the map 1. They need to bring that same energy, but of course, for the flip side, well, it just seems like the ARs for the Dallas Empire have been having a phenomenal time.
Having a wonderful time. I mean, Crim has been looking pretty unreal so far. I mean, it's been a good series. We've moved some 10-0 there, of course, on Express S&D. Let's see what he can bring now in the hard point. They didn't win the first one against Paris. It was a real slugfest, but checkmate. Here we go. First kill's going the way of Dallas Empire. First time. If they get the clean contest, off they go. Hooks in the flank. Wonderful stuff. I'm hesitant to say that Hook's in your base, but he really is right now. He's managed to deal a lot of damage. The spawns to flip briefly there. Classic's the last player now for Paris on this side of the map, and he did.
Oh, dear.
That's that, mate. Dallas, what a great start.
I mean, that's a perfect start, honestly, right? You get the clean 4 down. You end up giving away split spawns that Crim eventually makes the read prepared for. And even for that final gunfight, has the help from iLLeY, but it is help that he needs now, and it's help that he gets. The teamwork on point. Crimsix right now just doing his job to stay alive and saying, hey, guys, just kill this man for me. They provide time and time again, and really, that is just a clinic of a P1. Now a Dallas Empire end up just securing those spawns. Crimsix still just hovering around that blue area. You could not ask for much more, and again, he's just doing such a good job of playing his life and making sure his teammates know exactly where they need to look. The information Crim has provided is just boundless. It makes their job that much easier.
Crim's still going. He's still got that side of the map locked down, and he's holding Aqua in place as well. Like, he can't let him go forward. Tim's finally going to slip into the hard point. Can he find any more? No. Cut down again. Crim's still alive, by the way. He has to, like, check his corners. He's got to watch the back. iLLeY's still good to go there. The damage has been dealt. Crim's still 3-0. He's playing this one real slow, but you have to tip the hat. Map control still going the way of Dallas. They've not really relinquished too much for this hard point yet. Crim finally goes down to scraps. Now the final push towards this hard point. 20-odd seconds remaining. They're not going to be able to get too much out of it. Dallas Empire, they hold it. We look towards third, underneath playing Paris in position chance, but what a great start out of Dallas.
And I would say, I have like half a mind to think that maybe Crimsix plays that a little bit too slow, but then on the flip side, he just secures the spawns for that long. He knows the only way you really get broken on this hill is if you give up that bottom right side of the map. And now, frankly, for the side of Dallas Empire, they end up giving up those spawns just in the final few seconds of the hill. That is exactly what you want to see. This is just about the most perfect opening to a checkmate hard point. It is so ridiculous. It's so difficult for me to say, the tongue twister apparently, but it was a very strong start, I would say, for those first 2 hills, but maybe this P3 is the opening for Paris Legion to start to turn things around.
The second checkpoint hardmate of this 2021 season. That's amazing. Amazing. Not as amazing as Hook's shots right now, though, as he cleans those players down. Scraps is up next, and ooh, wait a minute. Go on, do it. Just go for it with the Diamatti out. Go on, Hook. Keep playing this way. Looking fierce on the map so far. Scrap's going to put him down eventually, but again, it's been a very, very decent hold on P3 here from the Dallas Empire. Shotzzy straight back at it. That kill goes his way, traded out from Scraps there, and it is non-stop. The submachine guns of Dallas ringing out here. Let's go for a very quick Astro Gaming listening now with the Paris Legion and see if they can rebound.
Only one time. One's top plane, one's garage.
Nade over time.
I got Crim on the right.
Top left wing. I'm naded.
Top plane, he's still top right wing. Shotzzy weak.
The barrel, one shot, Kyler. He's behind the gray box on the right corner, behind the box.
Shotzy's top plane, guys.
I hear you on the top plane.
They're working plane, they're working plane.
Dead, one A bomb and top right wing.
Hit plane.
Left side, got a bomb. Left right,
Low plane, Crim. Crim's weak, low wing. Crim's weak, low wing.
You got top.
Still there.
We'll flash one of them.
Turn it over. We're gonna bring it back.
Mid top plane.
Yo, miss that point.
Top left wing. Top left wing. Behind the box. Behind the box.
Miss that point. I look really weak at table. He backed up with their exit now.
A bomb, early, top left. Yo, come on, you right, Nick.
End the weak at Tom.
Hold this up. Hold this up. Last spawn up front, guys.
We got fire, yeah, we spawned out.
They're pushing you out.
I have to push you, Lee.
Yo,
DP4. He's outside of old.
You wood and long.
Dark, I'll let dark. Go and push dark as well. We spawned out far.
I'm trying to get planer.
Oh, good, we can do this.
Trying to help you.
Back right on me, Ender, guys.
No top plane.
Going far back right now.
I need a pillar.
I just see the guy fire right.
He's on the pillar, he's on the pillar.
He's P4, guys. He's just can't P4.
P4 there, P4
there. One was back there.
Go for P4.
On the pillar, you guys.
Go in.
Top exit. There's a trophy guy down. He pushed in cabin.
Send me walk.
Cabin dead. Pillar, Ender weak. One shot. No, two on me.
So weak pillar.
Left. And one's back footsteps.
From her. One more for right.
No, he's back plane stairs. Shotzzy. He's working top plane.
Stairs, one shot. Plane stairs.
I spawn up front.
One's wood. Fuck. One's wood.
I need a P4.
Enter plane on me. Enter plane. Weakest.
Dallas Empire starting to put the stamp on them here, though, Chance. Paris Legion, I thought the comms, they sounded all right. I mean, it's not an easy situation to be in there down a lot, and they're getting the hands from Dallas, but did you make anything of this comms?
I mean, honestly, I'm just thinking about the comms on the flip side. Like, it might have sounded all right from Paris Legion, but just the way the gameplay has looked from the Dallas Empire, I have to imagine their comms are just on another level right now. Even from the start and even on these past few hills, it's seeming like every single gunfight, it's just someone feeding the information, right? Like, we're watching Hook run across the P5. He's getting spotted out by, I think it was Aqua or Scrap jumping in the window, and he's feeding the information to iLLeY to actually go and win those gunfights. It is just every single player on Empire setting their teammates up across the board, and again, it is the ARs that have been just feasting right now. It is iLLeY that has taken his turn, but it's not very often. I'm thinking that the comms are on point just from watching a team's gameplay, but Dallas Empire right now, they just seem to have that magic.
They do have that magic. There is something in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. This Hook stays alive now. 4 in a row for him. Actually, yeah, the nade landed. Wow. Dude, honestly, something in the air tonight. It was the Semtex flying through the air right there. And Classic finally gets back on the map. Finds himself a couple of kills here. But what the hell, Crim? What the hell was that? Final 10 seconds of this hard point will most likely go the way of Crimsix. We've got Paris in control on the rotation. But the way Dallas have been playing, I would have to imagine a break would be pretty clean right now. 200 to 62 as we go into the next hard point. Let's see what Paris have got. They have map control for now. Dallas, they are about to disembark the plane, and they're going to fly right into Scraps, and Aqua could be in a lot of trouble as well if he doesn't get a move on. And there it is. Crim takes the top of his head off. There's another player on the back. That's 2 for good so far. Scraps, is he alive? Crim from the back rope jumps off the top of it. 80 points now and climbing for Paris, but Dallas are on their heels. They are nipping away at them, Chance. Classic's going to get a kill. Shotzzy in the back. Is it enough? Is it enough for Paris?
I don't know, man. I mean, everybody wants to rule the world, but Crim has spent the most time at the top. Even this break, maybe you only chip away an extra 10 to 15 seconds, but frankly, that's enough from the Empire to get the job done. And even for this final bit of scrap time, right? Hook, easy gunfight for him to win. His teammates, well, are there for the trades. Scraps is able to pick up 2 big kills and maybe somewhat of an opportunity to keep Dallas Empire sort of trapped in their spawn for the next moment to open up this next hill. But you see the opening, right? A couple AR players, Crimsix now, they're able to get these clean lines of sight from underneath the plane. Aqua has a big one to win. Crimsix, though, there to shut him down. 24-11. And it's not like iLLeY and Hook are that far behind. This is just outright dominance coming out from the Empire. Because right now, Paris Legion, they are just fighting tooth and nail for any bit of time. But right now, they are fully commanding the struggle bus. Is maybe the only breather they have had so far the entire game. But it is only a moment at that, as Dallas Empire still just pouring that pressure on the hard point.
They haven't been able to get a lot of time out of this in a while, though. I mean, Paris may not be able to get too much either, but at the very least, you're keeping Dallas away from the point. Nice timing from Temp. Good shots as well. Just going to keep that hard point safe for the time being. Third hard point, again, we call it P3. Not an easy one to hold. 7 in a row now for Temp. It's going to be streaks. 1 more kill, full streaks now for Temp. Can he make the most of it? Here on checkmate. His teammates have got a bit of control now. It is going to be the cruise missile. Here we go. Anyone out and about? Is anyone going to be open to that one? It's going to be Crim. He lands first. Shotzzy, iLLeY have been backed up. They're slowed right down. This gives a bit of an opportunity now for Dallas to take control. The chance. Hook's on the flank. Here he goes. What a position to be in right now. There's the first. Discipline as you like. The second from Hook. Unbelievable stuff. Is perfect from him. That could well be it. Was that enough to break the back of Paris Legion and now allow Dallas to take the control?
Oh, this should be the absolute dagger. Hook just goes and makes sure he flip spawns. The fact that he's able to stay alive, even though Paris Legion have stabilized this hill, even though 10th is on an 11 spree, I have to think long term it might not make a difference unless Paris Legion find a way to get a nice section of kills and try to flip these spawns quickly. But in my mind, I think Hook just made the play, even from the top of the plane. Empire there to stop any bit of momentum that they had. Once again, you just got Paris Legion. They have to go across the entire map for this rotation. This is going to be one of the easiest hills in the game to hold, and Empire, they're going to be able to get the full setup that they want. It would be a miraculous effort for Paris Legion to try and get through, and well, Crimsix, that's the start Empire want to have. He's able to take down 2.
Yeah, still no good from the spawns front there from Paris Legion. Temp's going to try to soften them up with a bit of an artillery barrage. That's it, streaks invested. Will it come through to anything? It won't indeed. The shots land. It's going to be Hook in the kill feed. iLLeY there on the point. The final few moments, the kills go his way. There's not a whole lot you can do. There's 5 seconds for the win. And Dallas Empire, they will hold the line admirably. And they get it done on checkmate. The double dose of checkmate was just what the doctor orders. And there you go. Dallas Empire, they will take the series over Paris Legion. And oh boy, chance. It was a nice opening from the boys of Paris, but not quite enough to see it through all the way to the end. 3-1 will be the final score. And it was heroics from Temp. It was honestly brilliant individual play. And I think all in all, the Paris roster looking a lot stronger than they have done in a while. But it's tough when you're going up against quite literally one of the best teams in the game, Dallas Empire, another day in the office.
And honestly, what's really unfortunate for Temp is actually the moment where Hook is able to flank and make that play to make sure he flips spawns towards the end of the game. I think the only reason he can get it is because Temp calls in a cruise missile and never actually spots him. And because he's stuck in the score streak, well, that was the lane he was supposed to watch. That was the angle of attack Hook was able to find. So honestly, just a purely unfortunate moment for him. But either way, Empire just built themselves such a nice lead. It probably didn't make a bit of a difference anyway, but I think maybe they got iced out just a little bit, right? The delay slowed them down, but as soon as they start to get that ball rolling, as soon as Express S&D kicked off right from the first round, they took the reins and frankly just never let up on the series. Clinical and efficient work from the Dallas Empire. A perfect way for them to start stage 3.
Oh, you're right. Once that Express hit, there was no slowing them down whatsoever. 3-1 final score. Look at the final stats here of the series. And now, again, Crim had a massive, massive map there. 30 and 18. Not a whole lot his teammates had to do. iLLeY right behind him there at 26 and 21. And Charles, you brought it up earlier. It was the feasts of the assault rifle players. They were simply devouring Paris Legion. I mean, not to say that they were slowed to a snail's pace or an escargot, if you will, but it was an absolute buffet for the members there of the Dallas Empire, and they certainly got their fill. Well, there we go. First series of the day is complete. We will be going now to our scuff play of the game, and Chance, you just alluded to it, my friend. You were literally just talking about it, and now we can show the fans at home exactly what it was with our scuff play of the game.
And again, this is the moment, right? You got Hook number, whatever it is, 4 on the mini-map. He just goes over past that left wing. That's exactly where Temp hops out of the cruise missile. And just because he never was able to spot it out, well, you see how easy it is for Hook. And the more important part here, the double kill is fantastic, but the fact that he's able to play his life, get towards the back of the map, because keep in mind, he never actually quite blocked those spawns originally until he gets that kill on Scraps. Then Crimsix spawns up right next to him, and that's the moment that it is just done and dusted, because obviously on Checkmate, it can be a streaky map. You can go on runs, you can chain these hills together. So Temp created an opportunity for his team, but Hook, the playmaker there to shut him down. And I would say, at least for that Checkmate hardpoint, even for the Checkmate control, the thing that stands out from the Dallas Empire is how clean their teamwork was, how good their communication must have been, and just for the fact that every gunfight these guys were taking, no lives wasted, no energy wasted, perfect gameplay for 1984.
There we go, friends. That's the first series of the day complete. We're going to throw now to a very quick commercial break. We've got a lot more Call of Duty to still be playing. But first, it's Lottie and the lovely boys on the desk breaking down that map and getting you all titillated for the next one to come. We'll be right back after this break.
The Call of Duty League is presented by Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The US Army, what's your warrior?
Here is the US Army schedule with the results from the first match of the day. And I told you it was going to be gnarly. It really was gnarly against Dallas Empire with Legion. I mean, Empire walking away from that 3-1, even with the new addition of Temp on Paris Legion's side, just couldn't take them over the dub line. But we have Toronto Ultra versus Mutineers straight after a quick discussion with my two bodacious boys that are on the desk right now, gents. Incredible stuff, very much bodacious. Incredible stuff across the board there from Dallas, and in particular, Nameless, I want you to talk me through that control and what Dallas did at the end there that really caught your eye.
Yeah, I mean, it was a defensive game back and forth, but we really saw just Dallas have an incredible offense at the very end of that game. Here they were, I'm going to take these glasses off so I can see this a bit better, huh? Right here, Crim, he got a huge two-piece to get them out of the spawn, and then the biggest thing that they did right here, right, was they controlled top plane. You know, after they got A off the rip, they knew they had a bunch of time, they were trapped in spawn, they break out, they get in plane, and what we see time and time again is teams lose that plane control, and then they have to fight back out of the spawn. Well, once Dallas got control of that, they're like, nope, we're going to stay up here. Hoop gets a big couple kills up top, and even though Scraps is able to get, you know, I think it's 2 or 3 here, they still managed to get plane back once again. Hoop gets this kill on the wing, turns around, gets another kill inside of the room, and you know, that just puts them in a fantastic position. So even if you're dying around the hill when you're trying to get B, if you retain plane control, you can get your players back in positions to succeed. Now you do need players like Crim to be able to get those big kills out of the spawn, but once he does it, you're in a great spot. They're able to get B here and a huge offensive win to secure the map.
Yeah, and Dallas Empire, they just played a phenomenal series from top to bottom. The only thing that scares me about this team is since Major 2, S&D has always been that game that we talk about with Dallas. And since that Major, they have been 5-1 in that game mode. The only game mode that hasn't really been in their favor has been in those hard points. They're currently 3-6 since that Major 2. And I feel like they've been putting a lot of focus into their search and destroy. Obviously, they win that last map in that map number 4 on Checkmate in a pretty dominant fashion. But their S&D is really looking strong. They need to get that hard point back up to what it used to be.
Absolutely. I think there's always things that you need to improve on, and I think with some of the big dogs in this league, there's always improvements to be made, and we can always see mistakes clocking around as things start to kind of push in different directions with the meta. But I tell you what, gents, talking about another team we're going to be seeing in just a moment, Mutineers. They've finally taken Havik off that bench and are bringing him back to play. I want to know what you're expecting out of him, though, Stud. What are you going to see today, do you think, from Havik?
Well, Havik, he has phenomenal hair already. He's matching the Florida colors right off the rip. But with him on this roster, I feel like it's going to change the entire energy of this team. Him and Neptune, the pacing that both of these guys can play, I feel like it's going to cause some confliction between both of those players because they're such fast submachine gun players. I think that one of them has to slow down their gameplay because the way that Neptune has been playing so far, he's just a speed demon. And I've actually had the chance to team with Havik. I know what he's capable of doing. I'm just wondering how both of those submachine gun players are going to be able to work when it comes to pacing.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree. I think Neptune and Havik, you know, the pace that both these guys play at, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, Havik's not completely headless. I mean, we both played with him. Like, he does play fast, but his in-game decisions are on point, and he'll follow you up or he'll go in front of you, whatever needs to happen. So I think this is going to be very beneficial for players like Awakening, like Skies, to find that consistency now that you have a player in-game that isn't afraid to make these quick decisions with the squad. So, and we all know Havik, he will go in front of you if need be, and Skies and Awakening need that. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to take some time for them to get there, for Havik to feel comfortable being vocal on this squad. So maybe not in this match, but we'll see as time goes on, them develop.
Beautiful stuff. Well, I'm going to let Stud go back to his private lounge, smoke a cigar. Nameless, I'm going to let you go back to the track or a rave. Not sure which one quite it is yet. I'm
Maybe
figuring
both.
it out.
You never know.
Maybe both. But myself, I'm going to hop in with iLLeY for our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. And we're going to talk to the big dog himself in just a little bit and find out what he was feeling after that 3-1. Hello everybody and welcome to Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. I am joined by the one and only iLLeY from Dallas Empire. iLLeY, I could talk all day about how good your S&D is because my god, it is monstrous out there. You didn't give them a chance to breathe, but I don't think I would be doing fans justice if I didn't talk about what you guys need to improve on and where your head's at in terms of hardpoint. So is there something going wrong there in specific, or is it just more like a communications type of thing?
I would say it's just a communication type of thing because, as you know, stage 1, our weakness was S&D and not hardpoint. Now it's hardpoint, not S&D. It's just a communication thing. It's just something we got to work on in scrims. We just got to apply what we do in scrims to our matches, and we'll be fine, just like we did on that checkmate. Yeah, honestly, it's just we'll get it done.
I like that.
Not
We'll
worried.
get it done. That's a great soundbite, iLLeY. That's a great soundbite. Hey, it's annoying, isn't it, when it flip-flops? You know, you're great at one thing and suddenly something else is lacking. You're paying more attention to vice versa. But I tell you what, looking pretty good across the board, though, so not too worried there. But as the defending champs, iLLeY, you know, where do you feel you guys are at as a team heading into stage 3? Where are you really at?
We're nowhere near where we want to be. I would say we have a lot of work to do, just like last year. Like, that's why I'm not too worried, because last year we were basically in the same situation as we were in last year, where we had a lot to work on. And yeah, we're just gonna keep the mindset of getting better every day, getting on with the positive mindset, and just working towards our goals. And by like next stage, we'll be probably more near where we want to be. But by champ time, we're gonna make sure we're full form, just like we were last year, and we'll get it done.
Okay, I like that. Well, I'll tell you what, iLLeY, you've put my mind at ease now, because if you're not worried, I'm not worried. So I'm going to be watching out for that. Thank you so much, iLLeY, for joining me once again. And
Thank you for having
congratulations,
me.
great start. Great start for stage 3. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. We've heard from iLLeY himself. Hey, look, he's feeling pretty confident. A little bit of comms maybe here and there. Just got to fix a few things up. Look sharp. I think they can do it. But I'll tell you what, we've got another banger coming your way in just a moment. We're going to head to a quick break, but when we come back, we've got Ultra, the major 2 champs versus Mutineers with a new looking roster. Havok, can he do the job? We'll find out after this.
aBeZy though, looking for the intro, and he goes as fast as he can. Can't find the kill. Insight still alive. It's 10 seconds for the win now. It's just it. Ultra holding it down. They've got 5 seconds for the win. Simp's going to contest. He's going to get cut to pieces. And what do you know? The greatest underdog going into the tournament. They take the best team in the league the whole way, and they get the job done. Not only do they do it on a respawn, they truly are Ultra as Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. You see how sweet victory can taste for Toronto Ultra and the bitterness of a second place finish there from Atlanta FaZe. But now for Ultra, I mean, the feet are up, right, mate? Their feet are up. They are living it up. They're enjoying themselves after becoming our Stage 2 champions. And now they face the Florida Mutineers. A new look for the Mutineers, of course. Slacked to the bench. Havok to the main roster. Let's see how this one works out, Chance. You complain about having hair in your eyes in the break there, my friend. How are you doing now?
I mean, look, I'm not biased, but kind of whichever team wins the first map. I kind of want to win the first 3-0. I'm not a fan of wigs or long hair, at least not on myself. So I'm not saying I'm prepared for the day to be over, but like, oh, if this match could be quick, that would be nice. But no, I disagree, by the way, with something you said. Toronto Ultra should not have their feet up. Yes, they had a great stage 2 like tournament performance, but keep in mind, they still went 2 and 3 through group-like stages. If you have like a bad group play, end up with a bad seed, end up in the losers bracket to start it, it makes it, for any team in league right now, your tournament run incredibly difficult. So like, you need to take care of business in the group stages. So get the feet down, get the gamer glasses on, whatever you need, get focused on the gameplay, because every single match matters.
Time to get radical. Time to meet them. Your current Stage 2 major reigning champions. Ladies and gentlemen, have they put their feet up? Have they got them firmly on the ground, ready to run with this one? Toronto Ultra.
Yeah. I'ma get right in my bag. Why you gonna try to get mad? Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'ma zip right past. Drip all on my swag. Why you trying to size me up? You don't wanna try your luck. Hot as a stove, what did you know? Burn like coal, yeah, you know I go. Way too hot, yeah, really too cold. I'ma keep going till I hit my goals. Better get back when I'm in my zone. Do it for the ones that I know back home. Did it myself, they ain't put me on. Don't you call back if you hear that tone. Another level.
Quite frankly, the true kings of the North right now, and I don't think anyone can really refute that one. Toronto Ultra for Bance, Cammy, Insight, and Kleenex. They may have enjoyed the spoils of war and then a bit of a time off, only a little bit. I know I played a little bit of League play with Bance, and he's enjoying life right now, but it's back to business now, quite frankly. The good times are over, and now it's straight back to war. The Toronto Ultra, and again, I'll love to Marky B. We can see him in the background there, you know, handing out words of advice and a little bit of a compliment, maybe a high five here or there. But chance again for Toronto. It's not an easy thing to do to come straight off of a big victory. You know, of course, they win the major. This first match back, it can set the tone. It can set the, you know, the entire stage for them if they don't come out swinging. Are you at all worried about that?
I mean, a little bit. Obviously, they are a phenomenal team. They have a lot of good strengths. But keep in mind, you win a tournament, you now have a target on your back. You are now officially the team that everyone is going to be gunning for. So got to make sure you stay on the ball. And again, you have to have strong performances in the group play. I cannot say that enough.
Well, here comes their opponents from the murky depths of, or the other side of the United States. Toronto's the kings of the North, and these guys are the kings of Florida. I'll work on that one. Oh my God. Let's just meet the team. Florida Mutineers.
The dictionary defines redemption as the deliverance of persons or things from the possession and power of captors.
It is a 3-0 victory over the Florida Mutineers.
As the act of making something better. As the act of making up for a loss.
It is over, and that is a shocker for the Mutineers.
We define it as inevitable. You can count our KD. You can count our headshots. You can count our hill time. What you can't do is count us out.
The Florida Mutineers, a team that did not have to edit their intro video because now the roster is complete. There you go. Awakening Skies, Neptune, and the newcomer Havoc, who frankly was on the roster, then off the roster, and now he's back. And we'll see how he fits back in with the team who have had an interesting run so far in the stages. Now, stage 3, is this the pivotal moment where the Florida Mutineers can certainly turn this one around? Because once again, we touched upon this somewhat with Paris. It's the points. It's going into champs. You have to look at those CDL points powered by GameFuel. Again, have a look on the website, see how we all fare right now. But for Florida Mutineers, every single match is important. Here's the maps and modes where we're going to be going. It's Checkmate Hardpoint up first, Express S&D again, and of course, Raid Control. And again, I'm just looking at that Search and Destroy. Raid was vetoed out there by the Florida Mutineers. I mean, Raid just sitting there saying, "Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Whoa, whoa, whoa." Will be here for the next series. Chance, thoughts and feels of the maps and modes so far?
Well, honestly, I'm just having flashbacks to all the success Toronto's had on both of these search and destroy maps. Like, yes, you want to ban out the raid because they have looked clean on map, but it's still risky business allowing those other two through because they have just been dominant on pretty much every S&D map lately. So again, Toronto, yes, they're a threat, but obviously now with the target on their backs, you know Florida have done their homework. And I know one of the biggest themes, anytime someone makes a roster change, you always have to talk about it. Havoc might honestly be one of the key guys to try to bump up Florida Mutineers search and destroy gameplay. He is incredibly creative in the game mode. He gets greasy when he needs to. But of course, there's a lot to be proved to this team, Florida, going against the current top dogs. And for Benjamin Bance, talk about the perfect guy to watch. Drop the 1.44 or something absurd like that in the grand finals against Atlanta FaZe. I mean, he's coming off of one of the best performances of his entire career. You know, see if he can try to keep that ball rolling in stage 3.
Let's get it. Skirt. Straight now into the first hard point we go. Toronto Ultra with the first touches, but it's going to be Skies who finds that first kill. And it's on the Benjamin Bance who goes toe-to-toe with a big wake, cuts him down, can't quite get to the far back side of the plane, which was the mission objective to begin with. But he will run into a bit of trouble. Insight though. Newcomer to the squad, a very happy bunny indeed again. First major in, you get a championship under your belt. You've got to be feeling great so far, but here we go. Phoenix. On the point he goes, and it is going to be Florida who, with the opening time now, are going to keep the hold alive. But Benjamin Bance, if at first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. He makes his way to the back. That could be spawns right now for Ultra chance. Neptune on the flank trying to slow this one down, and this is a nice look all around for both teams.
And you see the idea from Bance, right? He had 2 lives so far in this game. He did the exact same thing twice, just about flipping those spawns and making sure that no one gets through. But Neptune, of course, is towards the back. He's getting hunted down by Bance, though. Gunfight goes down, and Bance makes the read. Talk about the playmaker trying to keep up that level of performance. Of course, though, Florida, the pressure is certainly on. Havoc looking for a couple kills, but he's getting shot from the middle of the map. I think his teammate keeps him alive in Florida inside the point, but they still haven't cleared out Bance. Bance doing everything he can, but he ends up getting chopped down. And for Florida, talk about the best way to start this P2 hill and make sure they get that hold. Successful at that. Now they're just trying to run that score up just a little bit.
Florida's still holding it. It's insight from top lane, just about staying alive. Big kill there on a Neptune as well. Any more to be had? Big wave, toe-to-toe. He's going to take him down. Phoenix now trying to flood out the back, make their way towards a little bit more hardpoint time if I were Toronto. I mean, they've got control for now, but no one on the point, not willing to give up that map control, but not an issue right now for them. Phoenix brought down Havoc. Again, we welcome him back into the Call of Duty League. Any more damage to be had across map? No, and it's going to be Florida once again chance with map control going into the third hard point now under plane, and it's Skies 9 and 2 from him. Going to find kill number 10. Nice reposition once again. All this sliding, friends. Going to change a little bit next week.
Well, I still see the slides, but just not into as many gunfights, just being actually used for a moment. But certainly some players will be happy with the change, others not so much. But right now, in terms of this game, it's not even just Skies, right? Awakening maybe starting to heat up a little bit. He was able to pick up 2 in the feed, and well, Neptune, he's got one job and one job only. Patrol around the top of the plane. Try to keep all these players from Toronto at bay, and well, so far so good. Does get chopped down, and well, his teammates know where they need to pick up the slack, but everyone seemingly is going to fall as Toronto trying to stabilize as much as they can on this P3 hill, and of course, more importantly, make sure they keep those left side spawns, not even just for this next hill, but the next 2.
Well, let's see if they can keep the spawns, but let's also listen to see how they keep the spawns as well. Now it's time for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Toronto Ultra.
Drop down, awakening, stacks, really weak stacks, right
wing.
On the
right. I'll kill him on time.
Nice, here, Ice 1 P2, by the way, boys. Ice 1 P2.
Nice.
I'm yellow crate, boys. Yeah, they might spawn in the back. Nice, might spawn in the back, boys.
Nice,
one by me.
One more tower.
D-walls, Havoc.
You play for him? I want
play time.
Yeah, good play, Toby. Havoc's there.
Okay, camp on the camp. I'll be top, I'm holding for a sec. Yeah, I'm hiding inside point.
Watch out, back right.
Top lane now.
You went back to top, Listen, I don't have behind you. I spawned. You went awakening's their side.
Close left.
One more on me. One more on me.
Mid-side. Oh yeah, mid-side still.
One more on me.
Mid-side, dead. Nice, I'm pushing out. One squad.
One more on me, boys.
Nice, good shit, keep
Bang through.
One more, Havoc. They're spawned out, I'm pretty sure.
One shot back right.
It's one tower, trust me.
Yeah, spawn in tower.
Wait, no.
Nah, we're good. Get a good break, get all this time here.
Yep, I'm weak here.
Guys, close dead, one back right,
Go. Inwood and one's back right, trust.
Inwood,
yeah. Back tower, I'm watching, no, actually I can't.
One top exit.
Guys would have spawned out, don't you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, one
Yeah,
comms,
guys Arnold, pushing Arnold.
I
Nice,
spawned out.
push it.
On one top exit.
They got a
Neptune.
trophy on time, Ben, you know. Back, we're back, Awakening dead.
Neptune
Nice.
top plane.
I don't see. No, he's no.
Back right.
Kind of pillow in time.
Yep.
They have a trophy.
Yeah, Neptune on me.
I can kill for you, Cap.
They got a trophy on time.
I'm
They got a
weak.
trophy on time.
One shot.
I'm just hiding.
They won't
I'm one shot, give me a sec.
Toronto ultra chance. I mean, they've pulled the game back in their favor. They don't have this hard point, but they're about to make the break. Mate, give me the lowdown on the comms. They sounded fantastic from that listening.
Well, one of the most interesting parts about the Toronto Ultra comms, and there's a few teams that sort of dabble in this area, but it's actually just how calm they are. And I mean, literally just in terms of volume, right? Everyone talks about when you're on land, you got the crowd roaring. I mean, players, when they talk about it, you have to like yell your comms at times just so everyone on your team can hear you. In this sort of environment, the quieter you are, that just means you can actually hear what's going on around you. And obviously, anyone that's played this game a lot knows that Ninja doesn't really do much for you. You can hear slides halfway across the map. If you keep things nice and calm, maybe you can help yourself out just a little bit for the actual audio cues in game. And it might just be a small benefit, but Toronto obviously has made great use of it. Of course, now is where it stands in this game. Effectively a tied game between these two teams, and that's in spite of the fact that Insight right now is double negative.
Double neg right now. See if you can't pull this one back. Guys, ooh, big win. Still trying to hold this one down. Runs into a nade. Sadly, as Cleanix is going to be the one to keep those kills that come in. Havoc, though, the newcomer here in the team. Or the sort of old head. I don't quite call it. No, he's in the squad and he's loving life right now. Slip slide right forward. Cammy's going to get the better of him there on the B-bomb table, and that's going to be the hard point. All theirs. 25 seconds remaining on this one. You've still got Toronto with bodies on the point. The slow now cleanup from the members of the Florida Mutineers. They're going to flood through the back, but you do have map control chance once again. Ultra, right-hand side of the map, all theirs. Because they can keep the numbers up, and right now, they're not doing a very good job. Cammy's up next. They catch Neptune just about. Still alive. Still good, but a three-man push now from Florida Chance. In the back line they go. Up against Insight. Takes one down. Can he get any more?
And the more important thing is Inside, well, his teammates are spawning near him, so where he falls, his teammates there to pick up the slack. Awakening gets chopped down. Bant's able to find two. Teamwork on point, rotations on point from Toronto, and really, this is where they're trying to turn the game around. Only one player inside the actual hard point, though, and well, off spawn. The support's certainly going to be there. Florida right now going on the storm, and it's Havoc, the entry man, only able to find one for the moment. Florida right now fighting tooth and nail just to try to get this contest time. Awakening, well, it's his turn to try to make something happen, and he's able to stay alive on the back, and well, only stays alive for the moment. Does go for the challenge, but hey, you're fighting from the front. You're able to chop away this time. I'd say for Florida, this is absolutely job well done.
Yeah, massive bit of work there. Awakening gets away with his life. Toronto trying to just nip at the heels, push him back. Awakening all in all, 18 and 17. The kills department. Cleanix is finally going to find those kills on him. It's Cleanix who's really going big right now. 23 and 19 for him. Cammy's on a 4 spree at 22 and 16. Again, the kills department. Toronto Ultra certainly adjusting the gameplay. Oof, Neptune though, crisp shots. The 74U. Third hard point now open chance, and it's going to be Florida who do get the first taste. How long will they keep being able to suckle on this one?
Well, right now, they actually have quite a bit of pressure, right? You got a couple players maybe thinking about coming through P5 and the other two going up towards the top of the plane, but Havoc, he's been doing the dance down low for quite some time. You actually see the positioning from his teammates. They've got both of the wings covered, but he loses the 1v1 gunfight that opens up the hill. And Toronto now going to be able to post up inside. And keep in mind, we talk about how these hills can be chained together. It is these next two, P4 and P5, where you can really run the score up. And for the moment, Toronto, they're going to have the spawns that they want. They get any sort of clearance on the kills. They might be good to go to take a massive lead. But keep in mind, it's going to be what? Maybe a 10-point difference before going into new. This is a big opportunity for Toronto to really try to blow this game wide open.
Yeah, we are neck and neck going now back into next hard point. Still on board with Havoc. Hello, this is an awkward fight. Just about Bance wins that one. Over now to Toronto. In on this position. This area locked down. A bit of a pinch now developing. You've got to watch out from Awakening from that top red tower spot. The rest of his teammates making their way in from the right-hand side of the map. Cleanix, eyes on. Great awareness. Now trying to slow the push from one side or the other. They're all over Big Wake, though. It's a two-man push to try to take care of him. The stick's going to get it done. Terminator falls. Insight, he's going to keep the fight alive from the backside, and this is a quick contest from Neptune, not enough to get it done. Cleanix, Great Dane slides out, and Insight, once again, the teamwork on point from Toronto. Your reigning champs have come into this match. They have not skipped a beat. The step is still hot, and you said, Chancey, someone was looking to dance with somebody, trying to feel that heat with somebody. Right now, Toronto are bringing the heat.
And I will say, just for a moment, talk about the communication, being calm. That means you can stay aware in those important moments. And well, right now it's streaks for Insight, but the fact that they ended up giving up those spawns just for a brief moment, stayed aware and won the gunfights even when the pinch was coming through Toronto, well, they did all the hard work, and now Insight gets to do the easy work. He was double negative through the first half of this game, now 22 and 17 on a 9 spree. You couldn't ask for anything more, and frankly, well, just the spawns that have come through Ultra, they are looking to put this game away quick and easy, trying to do it on P5.
Yep, the streaks don't find much there, but again, 4 bullets he's got in his gun might. Bro, reload! Reload, Insight. You're on a run, I know, but you gotta reload, dude. His teammates to get the kills, there's no need. The man, he's got something a little bit more impressive than 4 bullets. He's got 3 missiles from the sky. His teammates find the kills. It's 5 seconds for the win, and the man doesn't need to reload with the rest of the squads landing the shots. There we go. Toronto Ultra, the very map they managed to land the championship on at the last major, and now they start things off with squeaky clean. It looks like Chance Peace has not cost them their strength just yet. Do the Florida Mutineers have the ability to pull the series back as we go into search and destroy? But what a nice start there from Ultra.
I mean, it was wonderful. And keep in mind, the moment where Insight starts that spree of his, it was the setup, right? The P4 and P5 chain where you can really run the score up. It's exactly when they do. They basically give away maybe 2 or 3 seconds total through the next few hills. And they were fighting with the split spawns that came through from Florida. So there might have been a small opportunity for Florida to make something happen. But Insight goes off, the communication on point. Toronto always aware of whatever situation they are getting dealt with. And really, for me, that's just the play of the game. But more importantly, it might have been Insight towards the end, but Cammy had a phenomenal game. 6,100 damage, no one in the lobby even remotely close to the Scotsman. In Toronto, well, they will be happy to take that. Effectively dominant, at least towards the end. Checkmate, map 1 win.
Mon the Ultra, as they've managed to take the first map quite comfortably, Chance. We got ourselves an express search and destroy after this one. Again, the stats fans there enjoying the verbose numbers that the Ultra boys putting up there. Wonderful start again of this series. We will go to a very quick commercial break now as a very, very happy Ultra walking away with that map 1 victory. Express search and destroy coming up after this one, Chance. You do not want to miss it, Call of Duty fans. Another 6-0. We'll find out after this.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Unlock a CDL team pack with any purchase on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Offer ends on April 25th. Tournament audio and team listenings are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenny, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Block's blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming.
And we are back here, friends, at the Call of Duty League. We are 1 map down in the Florida Mutineers versus Toronto Ultra, going into an express search and destroy up next. But first, Chance, let's do the Game Fuel keys to victory for the Florida Mutineers.
Well, AR players need to find consistency across all game modes. Basically, what we saw from Stage 1 is Awakening was popping off. Stage 2, not so much. And then on the flip side, Skies kind of had the reverse of that. Didn't look super great in Stage 1, had a pretty strong Stage 2, but even game to game, they're not always on point. Potentially, the new roster change might help the ARs be a little bit more consistent. Obviously, for map 1, that was not the case, but more importantly for me, when I'm thinking about the Search and Destroys, Havok is a playmaker, incredibly creative in the game mode, and if they're going against Toronto on 2 very strong maps for them in Search, well, you're gonna need a player like Havok to pop off and maybe a player like Awakening to be consistent like he was in Stage 1. I'd say for the flip side from the Ultra, winning the opening hard point is key. This is something I believe it was Ben pointed out on the flank. What a phenomenal job he does, but they lost 6 of their last 7 map 1s, and granted, hyper resilient. They won the tournament in spite of the fact that the map 1 has been a struggle, but in my mind, long-term success, you just cannot have a stat like that. But hey, they opened up the gates, they got the job done in a fairly dominant fashion, and well, on the second point, Insight has an incredibly strong argument. Best Search and Destroy player in the game, #1 overall KD by a mile. Any type of map where he is a job to do, something specific on raid, like hold the back, laundry push, utilize the tree, whatever it's gonna be, he's been fantastic. They have played 15 maps of Search and Destroy. He has gone positive on 13 of them. And the only 2 maps Insight has actually struggled on, both of those were Moscow S&Ds against Atlanta FaZe. So he has 1 blind spot. Outside of that, he has been phenomenal. Even able to throw up a decent number of first blood. So Insight is the key to success in Search for this team. If they can play around him or just make sure he stays on point, they'll be good to go.
Whew. Blind spot.
That was a mouthful.
That was a mate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chance Casts.
Whoa, it's the mullet. That's all it is.
It is a great mullet, though, dude. It does strangely suit you. Like, I've never understood mullet, but when it looks good, it looks great. Here we go, though, in the Express Search and Destroy. On a mullet in sight, all these players are wearing balaclavas and backwards caps with their respective team logos on them. Here we go. It's going to be an interesting one. Again, we saw Toronto Ultra with a stunning display against Atlanta FaZe, again in the Stage 2 major finals. Will they be able to do the same thing now against Florida? Will Florida have something to go off of here? Cammy up top. First blood. Nice tags. Just had to get 1 in there. Oh. Say again, Shots? It was 1 bullet, right?
Were there team shots, or did Cammy just kill him in a bullet?
Cammy hit him with the old Super Scots bullet. I mean, it's a secret bloodline limit passed down by Scottish folks. Every now and then you get 1 super bullet that just counts for, what, 5 or 6 at a time? Nah, there must have been some team fire there. It could have actually been friendly fire from that position. You saw the play that they were trying to make. Florida were flying through the rails there. And now it's Bance going up against Big Wake himself. Now this is not a fun 1v1. You do not, I mean, who's left? It's Awakening. That's not a good thing. Benjamin Bance, though. The Lord of Express. We saw him go 10-0 in the finals. Grim did it earlier today. And now the slow and steady march towards that B-bomb site now as Awakening potentially going down for the plant. Less than 30 seconds remaining. They're on the other side of the map to one another. No one's really going to come across this, but here we go. Bance walks wearily down the street, his brim pulled way down low. All you can hear is the sound of his shots. Machine gun's ready to go, and Awakening's on the run now. The damage been dealt. Is Awakening going to re-challenge this? He might. Bance, though, he may have just made the play. Awakening with a kill, though. Oh! It's Big Wake! Lands the shots, gets the round. Florida. They draw first blood.
Awakening, he's a straight-up assassin on the map. I mean, he just hunts people down, just plays around the audio cues perfectly, and that's actually the funny part. Bance heard Awakening coming from a mile away, but just loses the gunfight, and that's after making the perfect read, tagging him up, getting him 1 shot. Talk about the finesse and Search and Destroy, and Bance, well, he might not be happy to let that one slip through, but that is Awakening at his finest. I mean, again, through Stage 1, Awakening actually probably had the title of one of, like, top 2 Search and Destroy players in the game through Stage 1, like him and aBeZy. So Insight may have taken the reins towards Stage 2, but he has been the Reaper. Another first blood to his name. He's trying to run it up, and Cammy may be there for an effective response. A Kleenex there for the trade. So Toronto have stabilized, and more importantly, they took down Awakening.
Just about with that. 2 dead. All the Florida Mutineers, less than a minute remaining now. Skies and Neptune. And they're still positioned up around the A-bomb site on defense together. Nice team shot. Neptune. Oh, Skies gets the kill from up high. Skies manages to kill the bomb carrier. Now Cammy's left alone. What a defensive hold from the Mutineers. Cammy's on the flank. He may have got a little bit of information there, but still has to recover the bomb chance.
This is such a good setup, though, right? I'm assuming they're going to know they have bomb down, and you got Skies posted up. Just the fact that you have to go and pick this bomb up, you are guaranteed to get spotted. He would be lucky to get the bomb and get out with his life, but maybe the timing is just enough. But obviously those two players able to get the information. That's why the nades are coming through. And Cammy, well, I don't even know what you do in this situation. He's going for the fast plant, but he's going to get challenged instantly. And he tries to stay alive, can't make the play. Neptune gets the beat down, and frankly, just an easy 2v1 retake for the incredibly clutch 2v3. That is 2 rounds where Toronto, at some point, just had a clear-cut advantage to get the win, but Florida going a little bit crazy in those first 2 rounds. Put them up, not in the series, obviously, but so far on Express.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, that was a tough round to win. And for Cammy, again, if he manages to not take any damage after planting the bomb, makes it like an awkward 1v1 against Neptune in the bottom of the train there, like, who knows? Who knows what happens? That's that 2 so far to Florida Mutineers. A wonderful start from Awakening, again, 4-1. Insight yet to really get involved, but there we go. It's a headbutt in the terminal. Cleanex is going to be up high on the bomb site. Great shots. Wow, takes care of Big Wake. There's a couple more to be had here, potentially. He didn't see Skies escape, but like that, it's all on the Skies. 1v3. He's just rung the dinner bell, and there are some hungry Ultra players on their way forward now, and they are looking to feast upon him. Can he take any of them with him? Indigestion and be a killer. See what Skies can do.
Keep in mind, almost every single round, or well, all 2 of them, Toronto's had the advantage, but someone has been clutch. We have seen both Skies and Awakening on this map clutch in similar situations. Has the information on Insight, but Insight giving nothing away, and that cross in the hallway should have been spotted. Cammy wins his one-on-one. Toronto making sure get the job done, it nice and stable. Not throwing anything away this time, but it all came down to the opening break. Nice positioning from Insight, always in point on search and destroy, and more importantly, just the aggression on the B-bomb. I believe it was Cleanex that got up top for free, and well, if you get that top control that early on, if all the pressure's coming in through the lower terminal, makes your job that much easier. Trying to get the bounce back round.
Decent bounce back. How high will the bounce go, though? Can they keep it up? Terminal push now. All 4 of them made their way through. They managed to cover a lot of ground. Cleanex has crossed over. Nice tags. Once again, aBeZy gets himself involved. First kill goes his way. The second will not, though. Bance stabilizes. 3v2 now. Toronto with the advantage. The advantage snatched away from them immediately by Big Wake. 2v2. As Bance now, Ian Insight, bomb in hand. Bance is looking to make the wrap, and honestly, from this position, he could catch him out. Bance could get it done. There's the drop. Awakening. Gun is up. The fight is on. Benjamin Bance now trying to make the play. 1v2 situation. Insight is not really in a position to help out. And with that, the trades come through. 1v1. Can Awakening clutch up again?
It looks like Awakening has no idea where the bomb gets planted. The quick read, Insight, perfection towards the end. The kill's falling into his lap, but frankly, I'd say the important moment, right? Bance towards the end is just playing with his life. You think for a moment, Florida just have the players, or excuse me, Toronto have the players trapped in Florida. Both of those guys pinned in the ramp. You think Bance might have a free kill, but immediately the tables get turned. Turns out Bance is the player that gets trapped, but Insight aggressively able to help his teammate out. Trades out at least 1 kill to turn into 1v1, a nice win. So again, this is just 2 ARs battling it out. Top of the S&D world are Awakening and Insight, but obviously Insight gets the best of them there. Might be a battle of Express we have on our hands. Just keep in mind Insight on a 4 spree as well. Might be thinking about some score streaks as the mind games might continue. Florida incredibly stagnant on this opening break.
Lovely aerial view of Express there. You can see the position that members of Florida Mutineers have taken up over towards this A bomb site. Cammy, the lone defender. Up close, you've got Bance at range there. The rest of the team watching over the inside of the terminal. Here we go. Florida committing to this one. Pack their bags. They're making their way forward. Neptune's going to lead the charge. Bance, he may have just looked away at the wrong time. They're slowly making their way forward. Cammy tucked away in that little corner. 35 seconds left. That trophy goes down. That tells you everything you need to know. Florida committing to the push. Skies, wrong part of town, my friend. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Neptune on the peak. Cammy gets the better of him. Cammy, forward he goes! No! Awakening's going to get it. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, it's Insight once again, 5 in a row. Awakening's going to try to do something here with 15 seconds on the clock, and he's going to stop the spree at the very least. That's good. 1v2. Nades are going to land. He's got 10 seconds to find 2 kills. Is it going to happen? I very much doubt it, but Awakening will certainly try. He will put a show on for us, but there it is. Toronto Ultra, a patient round, 3-2.
And patience is definitely the key in this situation. Somehow, Cammy doesn't get to play the game, even though he absolutely deserves it. Maybe, I guess we cut it on broadcast so we get to see what Awakening was able to pull off with the 2-piece of his own, but it's really just not getting baited, right? You have an incredibly stagnant play. You make sure you keep control of both bomb sites. You don't give up any power positions, and Cammy from inside the train just makes the play, gets the read on Skies from inside the actual train, and just the patience, knowing he doesn't have to challenge out over towards the bomb instantly, knows the gunfights have to come to him, and just wins his one against Neptune after that. Nice job by the Scotsman as everyone meeting up over towards B.
Here comes the meet-up. It's a meet and greet, and Insight, oh boy, just cleans up. Cammy finishes what he started. Now to Awakening once again, 1v3. Got a lot more time to work with this time. That's a saving grace from, I suppose. Bomb goes down, though, and you say goodbye to that time. 44 seconds now. Awakening, tough spot to be in. Nice nade, though. Oh, Cammy, so close to being destroyed there. Insight. Big tags is Awakening. He's just taking on all comers. He's like, take on me! Take me on! I'll be fine. Nah, he's dead. 4-2 though, that's it. Another great round from Toronto Ultra, Florida. When they fall, Chance, they fall real fast. And it's together, as a team.
I mean, the domino strat normally works a little bit better if you're the team that's getting the kills, but I would say just credit to Inside, right? Another first blood to his name. I know Cammy's 7-4 as well, which is certainly nice, but we talked about Insight, Search and Destroy, #1 overall KD, but even the first bloods is another category where he just performs. His stats, again, completely ridiculous across the board. As everyone meeting up towards B, the domino strat once again, this time Awakening with the first blood. Effective trades, the cleanup to the map control plays aggressive. More trades coming through. The round's about to end. Insight for the 1v2 against the other 2 ARs. Trying to make some magic happen.
Oh, magic might just be it. No, but who was that? Was that Awakening? Just took a peek behind the curtain and ruined the Wizard's tricks. There you go. Skies, nice catch on the bounce. It might have been him, the last player, actually. That was a lovely kill on the player on the cross. He gets one more here, I believe. It's Insight. Great position to be in. Whew. Insight making him sweat for it. But Florida, nice stabilizing round. Like, the thing with Express, it's either 6-0 or it is a banger. Like, that's just the way it is, right? Like, there's no in between. There's very, very few, like, 6-1s or, like, it's always a humdinger or a bloodbath.
It also always seems like if you're, like, working the A-bomb site on offense, it's like a round of Search and Destroy. If you're working a B-bomb site, it's a round of team deathmatch and talk about maybe creative stuff in Search and Destroy, but Cammy, spots out too, should have the easiest reads of all time. Insight should know what the deal is, but of course the middle train is open, so Havoc might be a nuisance in this spot, but gets dealt with immediately. Insight ready for the gunfights, and Cammy ready for the second. Cammy, honestly, just the positioning just got the job done. Toronto for the 4v2.
Yeah, now Awakening riddled with bullets. He's been pressured so heavily now, has to back on up. And look at that flank. Skies is actually going through the middle of the map. I believe it's just about worked out. Nice kill. 25 seconds left on the clock, though. Oh, and there it is. It's a 3v1. Cammy, he's on the flank. He strikes. And Insight will be the one to draw the final kill. 5-3. Map point Toronto Ultra. 8. It's just poetry. The movement from Ultra right now across Express.
And I will say it is a tenet, a fundamental factor in Search and Destroy. Check your corners. The most important thing to do, right? Cammy just makes the perfect read, has great trigger discipline to not shoot, but spots out the 2 players trying to push through the middle of the map, and they just get hunted down. I mean, if Toronto is unaware, that could have been an incredibly problematic round, but the information game, they are winning on that front. 1984, if you pay attention to the Cold War, intelligence matters. And Cammy's so far delivering. Is he right now not effectively the lone man over towards A, but certainly the intelligence. He's calling out all those nades and makes a move, but gets a little bit baited. Insight there for the trades. He got a 3v3, that bomb being planted.
Bomb being planted. Trophy's going to keep Neptune alive for now. Oh, he gets the bomb down, slips on out. Phoenix, heavily tagged. 3v3 on the retake, and the Great Dane, he's going forward. Is he going to check those corners? Checks right, checks left. Neptune put down. One more to be had. It's going to be Skies now. It's a 2v1 situation. Insight Top the train he goes. Eyes on the first. Shots may have been enough. That could be the death knell for him right now. On the flank he goes! No! Big wake! Someone has dropped a coffee cup on top of the train. Who did that? Pick that up and put it in the bin. A great round from the Mutineers.
Littering is a hefty fine, but so is murder, and Sky as well delivers. 2-piece for him, and Neptune effectively just bait. I mean, Neptune maybe spending a little bit too much sliding and not taking the gunfights, but hey, if your teammates are there for the trades, it doesn't make a single bit of difference. 2 rounds to go for Florida. Toronto, of course, they just want to close it out. And frankly, in this situation, I was going to say, you've been having a great deal of success with just a smash over towards B. This time, it's not going to be the full 4-on-4. Awakening playing an off angle on the ramp. Meanwhile, his teammates have complete control of Ticket. They might end up getting swarmed, though. You see Kleenex playing all this information. Toronto got a nice map spread.
Bit of a spread, but Cammy's now going to move out a little bit, just to give us a bit more breathing room. Worried about the flank, and he should be, but he's got no idea how tightly laid out the Florida Mutineers are right now. Aside from Awakening on the flank, Lance with the early tags. Flashed up quite heavily. Here comes Cammy on the flank. Takes care of the first. Teammates there getting involved. Bance with a second kill. And now the plant. But here comes Awakening, and Sky's not going to slow down whatsoever. They both find their kills. Cammy trying to keep it alive in a 1v1. Once again, it's Big Wake. This is for the map. If Cammy can get it. Awakening with a Diamatti. Wow, did he land that shot? The damage must have already been dealt. Chance Awakening clutches up. And it's a round 11.
And I love like watching the delay of the communication, right? Awakening is like a little bit tagged up, a little bit weak, doesn't want to take the gunfight, but then you can see the processing of as soon as Sky calls out, nope, he's one shot, and Awakening is like, oh, okay, no problem, cool. I'll go out for the challenge immediately. And then just pixel perfect. I mean, shoots him in the fanny pack, the tailcoat of his hoodie, whatever it was, but hey, you take damage, gets the job done. 13 kills to his name. Just to get to the round 11. Talk about the ARs right now from Florida, literally doing it all. See if they can make something happen once again over towards A. This time Cammy again, maybe the player spotting out the information. I don't know what got spotted out. Maybe no nades coming through on B, so Toronto wraps back at least one player coming over towards A, but just a much slower round. Couple stuns coming through, shots getting rained out. They're thinking about this bomb plant, but they don't want to get taken down on the cross because you can see Cammy, he's moved into position.
Toronto moving with true purpose right now. Neptune, Ian Havoc, I mean, I think they had an opportunity to maybe get out there. They second-guessed themselves, and now they're back on and up. Go over towards B, though. The play has been made. Although, the hopes now for Ultra rely on Insight. He's the only player sitting in towards Terminal watching the B bomb. If they can watch it, an Awakening, though, oh my god, taking the aggression forward. Insight, he's left the spot, he's moved forward. They've cut him down. Neptune's going to land the kill. Awakening, oh boy, Cammy wins it. He just about lands the shots. 25 seconds remaining now. The bomb's going to go down. It's a good old 3v3. Lance, though, straight on the point. Trying to find the shots in. Neptune's going to be the player up first. Gets the kill. Lands it. It's all down to Skies. Cammy on the hunt. Does get it done. And the champions remain the victors here on Express. And it was a little shaky chance. It was exciting at times, but Toronto Ultra, they will close it out. Florida, there's a lot of growth there to be had in the Search and Destroy game mode. Havoc bringing a lot of intelligence to the squad, but there you go. Ultra, you take the lead in the series 2-0.
And shout out to the boys and shout out to Cammy. He won a gunfight he should not have won against Awakening, and that was a choke of a round 2 because Awakening finds the perfect opening, almost gets the free kill on Bance. Unfortunate that the nade does not end up connecting. Bance able to stay alive, but that ends up baiting inside out from back ticket booth. He gets caught. You get a 4v3, but then Cammy just on point with a 74U. You talk about a potentially devastating round for Florida. They need every little bit of hope that they can get, but round 11 does not go their way. The Express magic continues for Toronto, and really, again, I mean, Awakening had a great game, maybe a slightly unfortunate round 11, but on the flip side, well, Insight early on certainly was on point, but Cammy, 13 kills to his name as well. Really just a fantastic job done by pretty much everyone on Toronto, and then the ARs on Florida, but round 11, man, Toronto got the job done.
Got the job done, and a very, very exciting map nonetheless. Clint agrees. Look how excited he is right now. He's very, very pumped for this one. Just down there. Click the buttons, friends. Click the buttons. Here we go. Our US Army tactical play. This one, Chance. I mean, Take your pick. What an incredibly excited Search and Destroy game this was. I mean, I think it might be, yeah. This was going to be the round 11 finishing moments. It was a massive win from Cammy. Like a tremendous situation to be in. Awakening had the gun on him. Neptune does manage to get the bomb down, but after that, pandemonium there in the site.
And it's really just what one player gets caught off while the bomb's trying to get planted. Not a great setup coming in from Havik and Neptune. You definitely want to protect the bomb carrier, but if he falls, Neptune's left out to dry, and well, Cammy again just goes hunting. And I thought it might have been choke shots from Awakening, but maybe Cammy just utilizes that cover from the train a little bit perfectly. But hey, gets the job done. You immediately clutch the 3v4 and the round 11. Job well done from the Stage 2 champions.
Stage 2 champions starting off Stage 3 very, very well so far. Can they keep the run going, though? Now we go to Control on Raid, which could well be the last map in the series, unless the Florida Mutineers have got something to say about it. More Call of Duty action when we come back.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance. We offer insurance that's made for the military community to help them easily protect what they've worked hard for. Season with a statement after 3-0 over the LA Thieves.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. I hope you got your pick'ems in before today started, because if not, you naughty, naughty fans, you miss out on all those points today. And so far, I'm doing great. This series, not that well, but if Toronto win it, I think I might be sweet. But Chance, let's talk a little bit about Toronto Ultra's dominance in Major number 2.
I mean, frankly, it's just across the board, right? Because keep in mind, like, even through Stage 2, the record overall was only 2-3, but then the tournament hit, and they completely flipped a switch, right? Completely on point through the actual Major. That is where just every single game mode across the board. The Search and Destroy is the standout, because they had to play against FaZe twice in the Major. FaZe was the best Search and Destroy team through Stage 1, and, well, they frankly just took it to them. Vance, well, all smiles now. This is a man that was incredibly close to retirement by his own words. He was not a happy man after Stage 1, but you talk about a king-level bounce back. KD's through the roof, because keep in mind, that is with an SMG. Those are incredibly difficult stats to throw up, and that SMD KD 1.42 sitting nice and pretty. The fact that his KD is that ridiculous and Insights is even better just goes to show how much work Toronto Ultra have put in, and well, maybe you see the eyes being closed, the breathing exercise started. The very first time on broadcast we saw him do this, a little meditation breathing exercise, whatever it is, he has been on point since then. Need to start doing that for league play.
I actually have tried, and it does help a little bit. I like to take a bathroom break, and while I'm on the bathroom doing my business, I like to take care of my mind and body at the same time. There you go. So, Toronto Ultra, Florida Mutineers, map 3 coming up, Chance. And if you want to top tips, that, what is it, the box breathing, I think it is, where it's 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4, 4 in, hold for 4, something like that. And after a while, you get pretty chill. But here we go. Oh, hello. Look at this angle. Look at this angle. Oh, you observers, stop it. Treated every single time to something new and delightful. I wonder if we're going to get something new and delightful from the Florida Mutineers again. For Havik, not the worst showing now in his sort of CDL debut 2.0. Here we go. Neptune, an aggressive push in on towards the B zone as we go into control. Now, don't forget the new rulings, friends. We're going to get those segments captured. That will help determine who gets defense in that final round. But here we go. Neptune still kicking for a moment. Havik's going to keep the front line up and about, and it's a 2-zone capture for now. Havik, the last player left alive on that side of the map, and he's going down swinging. Meanwhile, though, Florida progress at A.
Well, the benefit of going B off the rip is if you get cleared out and Toronto rotates back, well, you just spawn right back on the A point. Neptune, opportunity to cause problems, but he gets dealt with. And I'd say for Cammy, well, opportunity for him to cause problems as well. Unfortunately, he gets spotted. A zone not even quite capped, though. The kills actually don't come through because you actually had Skies. He hopped off of it to look for some spawn kills. So if you're sacrificing the actual point, it means you got to make the play. And, well, Skies, the opportunity potentially there, or maybe just nobody's home. And he's even scared to hop the point because he doesn't want to give the position away. But you see Toronto, they are hunting him down. Inside spawns in the back. They know that the jig is up. And, well, the hunt is successful. This guy's only able to take one with him. And Toronto, again, always on point, always reading the situation so incredibly well. Of course, now they have to deal with Awakening.
Yeah, and dealing with Awakening is not something that a lot of players can do. Skies,
oh,
whoa,
dear.
No, that's unfortunate. Sometimes happens on Raid. Awakening, though, trying to level that one up. But an interesting opportunity, let's say, for the Toronto Ultra to make their way forward after an unfortunate nade lands there from Skies. But hey, you shake it off, get back into the ring, and keep on rolling. Neptune in the bottom bedroom battle now against Cleanex. He will be battered and loses that one. Here comes the push, though, from the Florida Mutineers. The trades were on point. Over to Insight, trying to hold this one down alone.
Oh my god.
Just about avoids his own nade. Mate, we've all been there. I'm a real culprit of that one. But here goes Florida. Out of the bedroom, into the pool, straight across towards the bar and into the zone. Awakening providing the covering fire. But Cammy from behind. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. There's the third. It's Skies. He's run away. Hey, does stay alive for now. Chance, a minute on the clock. Florida, the effort is there, but the defense, Toronto hold.
I mean, frankly, Florida's been just, a ton of fight in them, right? Unfortunate that the double kill nade from Skies is just because he died while holding the Semtex and it just lands at his feet. So not even really a mistake, just unfortunate. Even still, 6v6, all the time in the world. It's basically a game of team deathmatch at this point. 5v5, it's going to be tied. No lives remaining for Toronto, now down to 3. And the only 3 are left. Gonna have to try to make a play. 3v4 now, Toronto working through the middle of the map.
Oh, lordy. Ants. Oh, kitchen. It was a sandwich there. It was a Florida sandwich. Toronto had their fill. 30 seconds remaining. A little bit of a contest. Guys, throwing some mean shoulders right now. In and out. Trying to wait for this one. This is a good old 2v2 chance. It's slow push. Here comes Bance, though, up close and personal with a 74U. Is he going to get it? No. Pinch happens. Cammy now. 20 seconds on the clock. He's got to get these players off the point. Havik slides over. Skies shots are up. Cammy challenges. Oh, no. Can't quite land it. The teamwork prevails. And Florida, what a back and forth wild round of control that really was.
I mean, they just did an incredible job of consistently pouring on that pressure over towards the point. This is the moment, actually, where I thought they were going to be able to get it. This is where whichever player it was that took down Awakening, I think is able to kill Sky shortly thereafter, drops the nade at his feet, and in my mind, that is a devastating moment. You're down 2-0. It is hard to keep the vibes going, but hey, they fought, bounced back, took the lead, and clutched a nice little 2v2 towards the end. And talk about Skies making the plays. I mean, he stayed alive in Tiki for what, maybe 30 seconds waiting for Havik to go for the longest route you can possibly take on Raid, but job well done. Now Toronto, they're just going to face smash over towards B, or A, excuse me. Everybody's here.
Everyone's here, and they're almost all gone. Insight was the only player to get a kill there for Toronto, and now you've got a lot of clearance, so no love towards the A site. And again, Chance, you brought it up in the first round. If you hit A off the rip, so if you hit B off the rip, you spawn over on A, and the same thing can be said. So now you've got the players from Toronto trying to get out of the bedroom, and they are just about being stopped. Cammy will land the first kill, able to offer some opening for his teammates. But here comes Skies around the corner. Cleanex with the dragon uppercut, I believe it is. As he lands that, nails it. Havik on the defense still. Florida still holding this one together. Lovely work from them. Less than 50 seconds remaining in the round, Chance, and all good so far for Florida. Vance trying to make the A zone available.
And right now, he's just the pressure man, right? He stays alive back laundry. That means his teammates basically from inside the hill have to deal with A, the flank, B, mid-map, but unfortunately, they are unaware about the flank potentially coming through, but maybe Awakening makes too much noise, or maybe fired a shot, or maybe the read is on point, so Cammy able to deal with them. Mid-map control, Toronto still firmly holds in their grasp, but as they try to move forward, Insight gets chopped down, and Florida winning all of the gunfights. Now, of course, you spawn right back on top of A. The second tick is going through. It should be good to actually cap the point, but at least on the lives front, at least on the map control point, Florida not in a terrible position, right? They still get that bedroom control, and they still get Skies on his home over by that tree.
Here's the man, rooted firmly, but he has been removed. I forget the word for a tree doctor. My wife has to remind me every single time. That was
an estomologist.
There you go. Big work from Chance and from Insight in that situation. Skies are right back at it on the defense here. Was the backside of basketball. Important position to be in. Don't let anyone down those stairs. Your life depends on it. So does the zone. Just over a minute remaining, Chance. Skies, he is teetering back and forth. Eyes on the first. Cleanix goes down. Any more to be had here? The player in the pool immediately put down by Neptune, the king of the seas himself, or the big old planet. Insight, the Star Destroyer finds one, immediately brought down though, and trades back and forth we go. Florida, hold the line.
Just for the record, I made that word up. I have no idea what it means. Just in case.
I have to ask
just throwing that out there. Either way, Florida, they got the setup they want, right? A couple players of money. The stack and kitchen is on point. Number 3, Insight. He just has to get out of dodge. No map pressure available right now, but hey, for Insight, at least doing his job, keeping the lives close. Only 30 seconds on the clock, and Dance once again trying to go on the fullest of flanks. Maybe the long rats is going to pay off. Now, as soon as these players spawn up laundry, the guys in Tika should know. So both of them are going to turn around, but Cleanex able to read at least the first, and Neptune now by his lonesome inside of Tiki gets dealt with. Toronto, the opportunity is here.
Oh, this is huge from Cammy. The shots were there. He finds one, but not the second. Havoc's in. 10 seconds on the clock. Bance finally is killed. Massive no lives left now for Florida. Someone's got to go on the point, though. A few seconds remaining. They don't have a whole lot of time. They don't have a whole lot of openings. But here comes Neptune on the flank. Damage dealt. Not enough to get the kill. Waiting for his teammates to make this one decisive knockout blow. And Cammy, he's the one floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee right now. Trophies are up. Defense holds. Toronto, they're going to line them up, find these kills. They should be able to capture the point. Awakening, last player standing. And from the back of Kitchen, the shots come through. And Ultra, they find the kills. Chance is an arborist. There you go, an arborist. She's just sent me a text. God bless her. An arborist, a tree doctor. What a word. Ultra, though, 1-1 so far on the control, mate. And this is a fun one. This is an exciting map. This is a map that I think, according to stats, Tyler's telling us that this is the first time Florida have played this. I mean, they have 13 out of their 16 bans has been raid control. That is wild. So they're feeling it today.
Got to make adjustments for stage 3. And again, talking about needing a deeper map pool, always important. But I will say, both of these teams playing at a lightning pace. I mean, all of these plays, you get a half moment. As soon as players are spawning up, it completely changes up whatever you need to do on the map. And both teams doing a nice job so far, making all these adjustments. Florida, well, you talk about the flank coming through. Toronto, again, lightning speed. Double flank comes through instantly. And I think Bance, I don't know if they know that he is here. Still the opportunity to be a problem. Gets the gunfight win against Awakening. If you're inside the hill for Havoc, I mean, you're just in La La land. There's nothing he can do. He gets chopped down. Neptune's by himself. He gets chopped down. The defensive break right now from Toronto on point. They only gave away a tick, and they got all the map control they could ever ask for.
They can do pretty much whatever they want now. Second segment there captured towards A. Cleanex brought down by the concerted effort of Havoc and Neptune. They might be able to finish this one. Cammy from behind, first able to get the kill. No one on the point just yet, though. Here goes Neptune, slides in. You can see Insight on that left-hand side. Top laundry. Trying just to dice back and forward. Waiting for the supplies to come through. And Neptune, he's going to check these corners. He's like, where the hell did Insight go? And Insight, you sneaky little beaver, still alive in there. Out he goes. This is a protracted gunfight. This is a long engagement chance. And A's gone for now. Insight couldn't quite hold it, but we're still alive. We've regen health like 6 times.
Keep in mind, while Insight's doing this dance, I believe we just saw him on a 4 spree as well, so that's why he's doing such a delicate job of playing his life. I don't believe he's fallen either. So yeah, still on a 4 spree for him, but Florida, I mean, we saw what, round 1, maybe 5 or 6 attacks they were able to set up over towards B. They do get stuffed at least early on this push, but thinking about long routes again, Awakening going on the flank. He wins a gunfight, and for Toronto, this just means they have to be hyper aware of the flank that is open. But, well, Insight, he gets the streaks. You no longer need to be aware. And frankly, if you're on defense, you got double streaked out. There should be no way Toronto ever lose this round.
Yep, well, crazier things have happened here in the CDL. Awakening, forward he goes, bouncing from behind. Oh, baby, he's under the skirt of the Mutineers right now, but Havik says no. Stops him dead in his tracks. Brilliant shot. Inside, though. Oh, man. That was a big 2-piece. Cleanex finds the third as well. You basically got 3 dead. Now they're going to push out. But you've still got map control for the Florida Mutineers. You still have a position in mid. Are they able to go forward? A couple of kills going their way. Insight's on the right-hand side. Skies, if he reads this. Nah, Cammy's there as well. Florida going to throw bodies at the point, try and deal the damage. Can they overwhelm them? Chance it's not looking that way. The defense will hold. Toronto, they managed to slip in, find the damage, find the open flanks, and they're paying for it dearly. Florida out of lives. You called it, mate. There's no chance they lose the round, and well, there's still a tiny chance.
In Florida, in almost refusal to take their time. They are just trying to play as fast as possible, and well, there's certainly benefits to that style, but unfortunately for them, they're not even able to burn one of the 2 streaks Insight has, so this is going to be a very much a long-term problem for them. Awakening, nice try towards the end, but this is definitely the setup for a Toronto Ultra 3-0. You don't burn either of the 2 streaks. And I mean, frankly, you can just make easy work of those, right? Even on offense, you can make, on raid especially, right? You funnel them into kitchen once you're working over towards B. I would have to imagine just make the play call. You could attack either site off the rip. Toronto, they have a bevy of options at their disposal. Again, they have just put themselves in such a strong spot because Insight 26-13, having a grand old time on raid.
Did a big bit of work there on Express S&D. He was fantastic in the first hard point as well. And that's that. Toronto are 1 round away from making it a 3-0. Cammy, I guess the second kill. Nice shots there in the skies, and you've got, what, Neptune on the hunt. He does manage to slow him down in mid. The capture now happening. First segment gone. 2 players on the point. Cleanex is there to pick up it as well. Insight's going to just back and forth he goes. Just make sure that those players don't make it in through the back. Also providing the help at the front. Havik wins another big one. So Havik now able to get his way forward. Can he get another? No, he can't. Bance finds 2 just before being dropped. Cammy keeps the bedroom play alive, and with that, he goes down. Mutineers can breathe a sigh of relief for the brief moment, but first segment completed on B, and over to A we go.
I think Skies is the right idea, right? You're going to have to flood and try to make sure you defend A as well, but in effect, he ends up just sort of trading out his life. He is able to pick up 1, but Toronto right now, they have that laundry control. You make sure you have Art. They have all the pressure they want. They're not in a hurry to cap this point. The time is, of course, stopped, and Insight happy to effectively do it by himself, and if you get a couple kills, stack up the point real quick, get the job done, or just get the life advantage and have all the time in the world to get B. Again, you're just sitting on the artillery, sitting on the cruise missile. They're able to make this patient play, and frankly, if you have kitchen control, the sooner you call this in, potentially the better. You have the indoors completely secure.
That's secure for now, and now Cleanex finds the back tree kill, so that opens them up. Unspawn now, not a lot of places to hide. Insight, here comes the curve. Gonna aim it for that Tiki play maybe, but oh, he sends it into the bedroom. Awakening though, smart play. He's actually underneath bed. He does not get hit by that. So Awakening retains bedroom control. Neptune now wins the gunfight inside Tiki, inside the bar. So now you've got a lot of maps still under the control of Florida Mutineers. They clean out kitchen as well, and a spring clean is almost complete. Mutineers now trying to force the final round.
Oh, man. And I don't know what the call was from the crews, by the way. I was thinking kill the players out of Tiki because you got to imagine they're stacked up. You're not super worried about bedroom control as long as you have the pressure on the flip side of the map. But, hey, that is cruise missile gone. Toronto don't get anything out of it. Only a 3 life advantage. Make it 4, which isn't severe. Havik trying to get the bedroom control. He's going to get it. This is a very doable spot for Florida. And maybe just for the fact that they're able to burn the crews, this is a very big opportunity.
Havik shows mercy on the trophy system in the top of the bedroom, but not going to cause too much damage if he stays down here. Insight biding his time. It's the minute remaining for Ultra, plenty of time for them to do it. But again, Florida Mutineers have had a great bit of work. This defensive play going. Havik still teetering back and forth, not going to let Insight through. Comes Ultra with a push through mid. Kitchen control they're going for. Gonna slide out money and try to just jump on the point, but Awakening in the back line. Finds 2! Oh, big weight! Gets all 3 of them. That is unbelievable. He had no right getting a second, let alone the 3rd kill as well. Sky's on a 4 spree as well, and there is just 20 seconds now remaining in the round. Florida have gone massive here. The round is not over just yet. They still have to hold on for 13 more seconds, and anything can happen, Chance.
Anything can happen. There's the opening through Kitchen, right? They were being funneled through the middle and outer side of the map. 5 seconds left. You gotta hop on the point. Players are gonna get there. No respawns remaining for either team and only 3 seconds on the clock. Havoc, though, wins his first one. Florida with the small life advantage. And that tick is going very slowly. And CleanX, well, he just hops off it, knows the pressure's coming, wins a big one. Awakening, though, takes him off the point. Florida gets the job done to force the round 5. I have forgotten to keep track of who gets defense, but just look at the shots from Awakening. Easy gunfight win for him. I mean, he took 2 bullets to kill 3 players, and just to touch on that cruise missile play, I don't know if the play call was to try to land it in top bedroom or if he wanted to land it in Tiki and had to make the late adjustment, but then saw Cammy going into Tiki, so didn't want a team kill. But either way, a mismanaged cruise missile, but good news for Toronto. You still have the artillery, and more importantly, you're on defense.
Insight. He's on an absolute run. 31 and 18. 32 and 18. A lot of kills going to the youngster. You can see the kill feed lighting up. It's all Toronto. And again, they've got defense. All they need to do now is look over towards the B zone. Over towards the stairs goes CleanX. He gets dropped though as Havoc. His opening kill is good. Here comes the rest of the squad. Oh, wow, Cammy, even while flashed. Oh, Cammy finds 2. What a play. Neptune makes the flank safe. Keep the Mutineers' supply lines open as they keep funneling in towards that B zone. How long will they be able to do it, though? We need can we get an assault rifle player forward, please? We need some long-range assistance. I'm doing my best, says Neptune, but I need an AR. Havoc, I need an AR as well. Sky's like, I'm here, boys. Let me get a couple of kills. Finds 1, but Cammy answers right back. Chance, here we go. The final 40 seconds. Mutineers yet to really able to get on the point.
I mean, I think that's really been the theme of this series, right? Just the SMG players for Florida just getting tattered and battered. Neptune and Havoc fall in short order. No trades coming through. And again, Insight still sitting on their artillery. I mean, if you even come to this point, he's about to double up on streaks, by the way. He gets another kill. It's not like he gets his second one, but just to show you how dominant he has been. The ARs have been feasting. You get killed. And what are you going to do? Look at you're stuck in your spawn, right? Cammy's pushed out past bedroom. You are so utterly trapped in your spawn. Devastated in this final round is Florida. Picked apart. Last-ditch efforts don't make a difference. Toronto Ultra reigning champs. The Hot 3-0.
The Hot 3-0. And there were a few great moments there from the Florida Mutineers in that control, but I mean, they will batter anything in Scotland, and there was a few moments in that round where Cammy quite literally battered the whole team. Wow, what a show from the Toronto Ultra. Again, they are reigning champs for a reason, and they've come into stage 3 with a hot hand. They are not showing mercy, they are not slowing down, and if they can have a better performance in the group stages than they did last time, who knows, an easier run for them in the next major. But the 3-0 is now a complete chance, and with that, Vance gets to put his shoes back on, as is tradition. Every time, dude. Every time. GG's boys, shoes on.
It's very strange. I don't understand it, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Everyone else is like sitting around, chilling, enjoying it a bit. Every time, shoes back on. Strictly business. The man's got his things, right? He's got his motions, but there we go. A lovely look there from Toronto Ultra coming back into the stage. But honestly, for Florida Mutineers, okay, that was a tough series. Whatever way you look at it, the same can be said of Paris versus Dallas. You've just made a team change. You don't have a huge amount of practice on your belt with this new player on the roster. This was always going to be a very, very difficult showing. But Florida, a little bit of growing to do there, but I think they've got a decent ceiling. Let's have a quick look at the stats. And again, for Awakening, nearly 8,000 damage out of the man. 40 and 36, really trying to do everything there, but it was a much more well-rounded effort from Ultra. But a 3-2 finish there on the raid control.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, it was nuts, right? It was just huge.
I mean, look, I know it's the reigning champs and all, but like, get that man some help. That is insane.
A lot of damage dealt from an individual player, but Ultra, again, the teamwork's still on point, man. Still truly on point. Can't complain whatsoever. Everything looking squeaky clean. Again, the biggest concern I had coming into this one was that, yeah, you win a major. What do? The very first thing you do is you relax, you chill. You're like, we're the best. We're the champions, my friends. Bum, bum, bum. Next thing you know, you're getting 3-0'd by a squad that's just made a change. Not to be said, though, for the Toronto Ultra today. Looking strong. Let's have a quick look at our scuff play of the game now. It's going to be the end of that final round. Cammy going on a bit of a run chance. He had a fantastic play call to be made there. And again, it was just the members of Florida desperately trying to get on that point. Cammy, big shots all round, securing the defense.
And really, just the spawn trap that they're able to like put forward is just brutal. Right? I mean, the SMGs, again, pretty much no life out of Florida. And I mean, granted for them, it's their first match. You're going against the reigning champs. Your new player is your new SMG. So maybe somewhat of an expectation to have a difficult series early on. And you definitely want to see more reps coming through. But just the fact that you are in the ultimate blender, because once you get bullied out on A in this moment, you're just hoping you can spawn out towards better and make a play towards B. But Cammy's just blocking the spawns. His teammates are winning all these gunfights effectively 3v4. And it is just the pure and utter lockdown. Insight, he plays that main AR, stay alive for as long as you can roll so incredibly well. And his teammates there, the cleanup crew, just making his life that much easier. It is just efficient work coming out of the champs, dominant performance in the end, and that's dealing with Awakening, dropping nearly 8k damage. Again, that stat line is absurd, but hey, reigning champs clutched up on a checkmate when they needed to, clutched up in the round 11, even for the 3 versus 4, and well, clutched up in the control, and maybe their next match will be a little bit more telling against the Dallas Empire, but I mean, after that, Ultra, potentially the opportunity to go on a tear. They have been a force since that last championship Sunday.
And again, this is the thing for Ultra. At Dallas, arguably the toughest opponent they'll face. Again, can't rule out Minnesota Røkkr. We saw them have a brilliant run through the last major, but now against LAG, a new look for them, and of course the new look Paris Legion. Paris get a lot of time, you know, get some reps under their belt, bit of practice before they have to face the mighty Ultra again later on in the road to the major. Let's have a look at Florida's road now, though. For them, I mean, they begun with Røkkr. Sorry, they begun with Ultra, then they go to Røkkr, they go to the other side of the purple board. Can they take on the current contenders for the King of the North? There's Paris, Dallas, and LAG out there. I'm amazed that all 3 purple teams made it into a single group as well. How about that chance? But it's not all about the professional level of the Call of Duty League here. Today we'll be also talking about the lovely challengers. Here's the elite schedule for Season 3, April 17th through May 5th. And again, we've seen the winners come through for Seasons 1 and 2. We're going all the way up to 5. Plenty of Call of Duty to be played. And again, for those of you looking to get into the challenger scene, just do it. Just dive in. There are some brilliant players in there, but you could well truly be the next brilliant player we scream about and get you up into the Pro League. Speaking of brilliant, let's take a quick look at this social soundboard powered by Astro. It's from Eli Aslo Riddler, who says the 80s music references by Master Ross are next level. Thank you very, very much. We are having possibly too much fun today, squeezing in 80s music references, but enough of that shenanigans. It's now time for myself to go off to another part of this digital set here in Verdansk. Chance you can take off the wig. Finally, my friend, I'll be talking to Insight. After that 3-0, and he's chuffed. He's loving life right there. Hi, Mum. How you doing? Having a good time. Right, well, that'll be the Game for Victory Spotlight right after this break. Oh, Jesus, he dabbed. Roller, get us to a break quickly. Get us out of it. Get us out of it.
The downfall.
Quick, commercial break. See you in a minute.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming.
Boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. God dang, Ultra are looking fine. The battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Strong start from Toronto.
Rams wins another big one. Oh my word! Ultra close it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It's now time for our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight, and I am joined, of course, by Insight of the Toronto Ultra. Mate, last time we spoke, it was because you were the champs, and now you're just another team in the league. How does it feel? I mean, obviously coming off of the massive victory to this game, I was worried that you'd maybe lost a step, you were taking it a little easy, but it seemed like no mercy out there today, mate. I mean, how's the team going?
Obviously after the win, obviously confidence was high, but we had to really back in, make sure our egos weren't getting ahead of us and all that stuff, and we're good now.
It did look like you were in good control there. Obviously, the control itself got a little bit shaky, but ultimately, all things came together for you. Now, I mean, the green room apparently was going crazy. The analyst saying that it looks like you've gotten better than you were last stage already. I mean, is there anything you've done in your individual games since that little break that you can share with us?
I don't think I've changed anything in particular. It's more to do with confidence. After we won that, I was kind of I can do this. I deserve to be here. And now when I play with a bit more confidence, a bit more swagger about me.
Mate, right on. You do seem to be swagging all over the map. Bit of a flex now and then. Last question, a real quick one. We heard the comms, so of course, they're Astro Gaming listening. Your team sounds very, very calm. I mean, we've heard a lot of ups and downs. Some really quiet, a bit deflated. The comms sound brilliant so far. Is there anything you can, share insight-wise on that? No pun intended.
Again, I think it comes back to confidence. We're just so so confident in our skill. We can trust each other in game, and we don't need to stress anything really unless it's really important.
Sounds good, mate. No, it's working out for you guys. It really is. Well, mate, thank you again. Congratulations on the 3-0, and we'll see you later on in the stage.
Thank you. See you later.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. Your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. We say goodbye to Insight, and we will now be saying hello to Lottie, Nameless, and Studdy. I get to finally take this fake wig and beard off and join you in the chat. We'll see you all after this break.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. The sun is setting over London, but that is when the fun begins. Discos start happening in 1984, and hey, I hope you brought your best dance moves to the party. But I'll tell you what, our team certainly did as it began day one of stage 3. Here is our results presented by US Army, and this is what we saw today. Dallas take the win over Paris Legion 3-1, and Ultra show exactly why they brought it home in the second major with a 3-0 sweep against Florida Mutineers. Absolutely incredible. And I gotta ask my two fantastic colleagues, Stud and Nameless, what they thought about that showing from Ultra. Nameless, my dude. Ultra really turned it up. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't just a very good day for the major. It really was quite something. What did you make of it?
It was an incredible series. Like I said, Toronto is here to stay. Insight somehow it looks like he managed to get better from the major until now. He just had a 1.67 in that series, going up against pretty good ARs. Like that, the Awakening guys are not easy to play against. Absolutely dominated them there. So I mean, yeah, Toronto firing on all cylinders, man, as well as Cam. You should talk about him. 1.3 something in the series as well, dominating. It was really just the ARs playing extremely well. They look good. They got tested in the search, still able to come out with a victory in round 11. You know, on the side of Mutineers, I just thought maybe they should have played Garrison Control. They gamble and play Raid. That was the only second time they played Raid Control, and they got beat pretty handily there. So, I mean, you know, it's not too much to take away on the side of Mutineers other than they all got to step it up, man. Big Wake needs some help.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultra played great. They had a great series. And then for me, on the other side for Florida, it was what I said throughout the beginning of that match. It was just the pacing between the submachine gun players. Neptune, I'm pretty sure on both those respawns, he was -10. Havoc was around -8. And even on that last control right there, Awakening had 76 engagements,
insane,
and his submachine guns just went -15, -10. And that was just something that we were talking about, which is that pacing between those submachine gun players. And right there, it was a lot of situations where they both were just getting caught at the same time. They were trying to do the same exact things. Every time they tried to push up towards that B capture point, there was an AR watching both. Once he killed one, Havoc was trying to go for that trade, and he got taken down once again. Obviously, Florida, they're not what they want to be right now, but a lot of it has to work on that teamwork, and hopefully they're able to figure it out as the stage goes on.
For sure. Look, I'm sure Mutineers fans are hoping that is literally just teething issues and that it's a role clash potentially with bringing somebody else onto the team. Who knows? But we'll see what they work on down the line as we head further into stage 3. And talking about heading further in, let's take a look at our schedule for you guys and see exactly what's coming up for the rest of the week, because it's only day 1, folks. Don't worry, we're going to be back tomorrow. We do have an epic lineup for you guys. Friday brings LA Thieves versus Surge. We'll get another look at that LA Thieves roster and see what they're about and whether Surge can bounce back in a big way against them. Then we got London Royal Ravens, our home series team, versus OpTic. It's going to be a big match. That's going to be a hard one to step straight into. So we'll see how these guys fare as we head into tomorrow. Now, LA Thieves, we got to talk about it. I think it's the one thing that's on our minds right now, looking at that schedule. They've had a bit more time as a team now. They've been able to play together a little bit more. They had a great ride in the major. But I want to know, Nameless, from you, what do you expect to see from them tomorrow? Are you going to see the same team that turns up with the tenacity, or are we seeing a little bit of a different side from this roster, do you think?
Now, look, the honeymoon phase is over for this team, right? Like, it's been some time, and I think that they will continuously get better. For LA Thieves this week, I think they're expecting a 2-0. They're going up against Surge and Ravens, and now Surge have been on the upwards trend, but this LA Thieves team, what we've seen, man, their ceiling is so high. Their first couple matches that they played, Drazah was absolutely going off, and, I like the role switch and having Kenny just basically be a dominant main AR. It's worked out well for them so far, especially in the respawns, and in Search and Destroy, we've seen how fast they can play and be in your face, getting those first bloods, and I think their playstyle will give Surge a lot of trouble tomorrow, and I think anything less than 2-0 is a disappointing week for the LA Thieves.
Yeah, I'm right there with Nameless. I'm expecting the Thieves to just build off of the momentum that they have at that Major 2. It was really difficult to read these guys because they were such a new roster, but only 2 days of practice. They get 2 3-0s, they get a reverse sweep, and eventually they get knocked out of the tournament. But now you've had some time to work on your teamwork, to try to get better to go into this stage. Obviously, I've been watching a couple of their videos. If they're flying and frying, that's when they're their best. But if they're flying and dying, it's not what you want to be for the Thieves. So hopefully they're able to show it tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be one or the other, stud. So you're right about something there, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, though, we need to take a quick peek at our Astro Social soundboard and talk about who wore it better, because obviously the theme today was 1984. We've had a few people writing about it. Anthony Wheeler, I don't know who that guy is. Oh, it's nameless. I don't know how the doc does it, but I can't see in these glasses.
How does he do it? The one who gets turned on.
I don't know, but you know what? Dr. Disrespect has come up quite a lot in conversation, so maybe he's honestly set in the 80s. I can see this now. And then Steph, I love that you've written in, you guys look incredible though, we need a team Photoshop. Well, I'll tell you what, I've set some folks on the case, so Steph, your wish is my command. Take a look at this little picture, because we have got a little something for you. There we go.
This is elite. Dude, Chance looks so much better with an 80s fit. I love it.
He
He's
does.
handsome. Chance, you got to rock 80s fit. All time.
Hey,
dude, I look
guys,
crazy.
Honestly, like,
choose
my
your
scarf
character.
takes it, I think.
I look crazy,
your scarf
bro.
I think my
does.
scarf takes it.
Choose your
Lottie
character,
wins.
folks. No,
Lottie
definitely
wins.
not.
Yeah,
Definitely
Lottie's gotta
not.
win. Lottie's gotta win.
Definitely not. I do look like I'm about to hop on the back of a motorcycle and go off in the sunset. But yeah, those are fantastic, and we love to see that. So I appreciate you guys at the back for putting that together. But to round off the day, I did want to talk about 80s one more time, because obviously it's been an incredible theme today. The music, absolutely everything has been to celebrate 1984 Verdansk. And lads, I gotta know what your favorite thing about 80s is. Nameless, I'll start with you, mate. Have you got a favorite from the 80s?
I absolutely have a favorite thing. Listen, there was a beautiful bald man born in 1985, and he was born bald, and I don't know if he ever had hair. He's bald once again. But it is Maven, Big Cletus, dude. He was born then, and if we didn't have that, I mean, Call of Duty wouldn't be what it is today. I mean, look, come on. I mean, dude, look at the guy. That's the best he's looked since 85.
That's
not gonna lie.
amazing.
Great.
Oh my goodness. I can't, this is
I wish you could have been here
spin
today.
on Chance's outfit. This is amazing. Stunny, can you top this? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I do. And everybody that knows me, they know how I like to get down. I'm all about the dance move. So, you know, we're going to start it off with the sprinkler. We're going to stretch this arm out all the way over here. You can barely see it, but you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you come back the other way. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you hit it with the snorkel. Then you hit it with the snorkel, baby. It's
This
all
is
about
what
the
they were
dance
doing.
move. It's all about
Hey, there it is, Jay.
God, oh my God. I'm trying to keep the composure. Oh dear. That was amazing.
Let me try that.
Oh, I'm trying not to cry.
That doesn't work for me.
That was absolutely brilliant. I love that. We've got to do this more often. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll match you there, stud, as well, just to go along with the whole trend. My favourite's got to be the music, and Mr. Elton John for me.
Ooh.
Love you,
He's got some
Elton.
heat.
You're amazing. He's incredible.
Classic.
He's a classic, man. How can you go wrong with Elton? Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I've got to say, you know, the wonderful legend that is Elton John, it's got to be my favourite from the 80s for sure. Gents, what a wonderful way to close things out here. 1984, Verdansk has been a true dream. I hope you guys are all about to drop into Warzone and check it all out. Absolutely incredible. And make sure you get some 80s gear on as well to get really into the mood, set the scene, get the aesthetics going. Gents, thank you so much for joining me once again. Everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for joining in. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow. Well, it depends where you are in the world, because it's 3 p.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Pacific. And we will see you for another wonderful day of Stage 3 of the Call of Duty League.
Dallas Empire have smashed the gates open. Oh no, who is in your base? Oh, it's a shot punch! Oh no! Once again, they saved the day. Boy, oh boy, what a slaughter that was. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. God dang, Ultra are looking fine. The battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Strong start from Toronto.
Bams wins another big one. Oh my word! Ultra close it out.